Let's talk about Gwenpool.
Dude, do you think the spider on Spider-Man's crest speaks to him?
Like the Green Goblin mask?
Like the Green Goblin mask?
What?
Peter, we need to go out. Welcome to Current Shenanigans. This is a new show on the channel where we're going to be talking about stuff that's new and what we want to talk about.
All new, all different.
All
Yeah.
new,
This is
the
all
stuff
new,
that you guys are
absolute,
here
all
for.
in.
Yeah, because it's usually we do like book club stuff and it's about a certain graphic novel, and now we want to just be able to talk about whatever we're reading and specifically Ultimate and Absolute stuff because that's
Because we all
most of what
Fire.
we're
the
reading.
hot
It's
shit
so
right now.
good.
It is,
That's
and it's
what's on
good.
the fucking table.
We tried to
It's
do this
banger.
the first episode, but now we're gonna split them up between book club and the current stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, we be reading.
We
And
be
want-
reading
and we don't want to talk.
literature.
You should be reading.
Yeah. Sometimes we only talk about one book, and right now we just gonna talk about
There's
what we
too
be
many good
reading.
It's
ones.
about all
Sometimes
books.
we spend like fucking 30 minutes talking about one issue that came out last week. So this is what we're gonna do.
We've been wanting to talk about the recent stuff, Ultimates and Absolutes. Pretty much, we talk about it all
And we
the
do
time.
talk about it just
I mean,
outside of the pod.
whenever a
Talk
new
about
one
all
comes
of
up for the week, that's immediately what we do
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
We've just been holding it in on the podcast. We're ready to burst. We're
We're
ready
busting.
to bust it up
We're
wide
busting.
open.
We've been holding it in and
Come on,
we need to
Ryan, you
bust
know.
it out.
Ryan's a
know.
little shy about it, but he's been busting.
He's been busting
been-
hard.
He's been holding it in.
So now we can bust on camera for you guys.
We will.
So today we're gonna
This is for
do
you.
a tier list
We're
of
starting
all
off.
the absolutes and all the ultimates, and it's gonna go A, B, mid, D, E, F, and then not enough to rate.
I didn't
and then
even-
the top one
I did
is
not- I thought it was just
absolutely
C.
ultimate.
Okay,
Yeah.
hot take. I don't think we should. I mean, obviously, that's the Miles issue, right? Okay, so we haven't read that. So
And
we
then-
can't tell.
Well, that's why
We
there's a
have a
category
soul.
specifically.
That's why there's a
for
category.
it.
No. But I was
Not
gonna say,
chapters.
I don't think even Green Lantern, even Martian Manhunter, even though there's only two, even Flash, even though there's only
We're-
two.
yeah, I think that we can
gotta
rank
rate
them.
No,
Yeah.
of course,
I-
no,
I-
100%.
Yeah.
We have to. But
This,
I mean-
this tier solely exists for Incursion. Like,
For,
that
yeah, just
is
the
all
one.
it's
So we can
Speaking
put
of
that there.
Ultimate
Let's just put it there.
Incursion, immediately put that in the not enough chapter.
Yeah.
Get it in
That-
there.
But damn if I'm not excited for it.
I am excited.
I'm
for it
excited.
because
It's gonna be
Miles
just
has
fun.
a cool ass suit now.
Vibranium.
That's true. The black and red one's cool.
Vibranium.
I'm excited
Is it
because it's
vibranium?
going
It
to
is
bridge the
vibranium. That's
universe.
what Ryan was
I'm
saying.
excited
Nice.
because
Well, that too.
616 and 6160
We're
are
finally
finally
getting
going to
interact.
meet and
They're mixing.
know of each other's existence.
Yeah.
Also, on the other hand, they always use Miles for shit like this.
Well, I mean, that's kind of where he's the character from
He's
the
the
Ultimate
guy.
Universe,
They
you know?
never use Peter. They never use Gwen. It's just Miles.
They never use Black
they
Nick
just
Fury.
use
To be fair,
Where is
why
he?
would they
Yeah, where
use
is he?
Peter
Ultimate
for
Nick
this?
Fury.
You know, like this
there is
is
an Ultimate
Miles.
Yeah.
It's like he was made for this. Also, fuck Peter right now. Bro.
Okay, well, it also makes sense because Miles is the one that
What
used
you
to
doing
come
with
from
Clark
the same
over
universe
there?
that doesn't make your game.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is
Or sorry,
Miles.
Kal-El. He
flying,
doesn't.
bro.
Huh?
He's
Oh,
flying.
he's Superman.
Okay.
Isha Cam, cut to Isha Cam.
Isha Cam.
We have
guys-
Isha Cam this episode.
Whoa, that's what he
Whoa.
looks like.
There he is.
Yeah. Isn't he sexy, guys?
Sorry.
Yeah. Make your fan art.
Do you think they're gonna do
your yaoi.
in Absolute Superman? They're gonna do It's a Bird, It's a Plane. I'm gonna fucking bust.
It's an absolute
gonna
bird.
happen.
It's an
I'm gonna-
absolute
I'm gonna have to buy
plane.
2 copies for that because man,
One of
the
them's
first
gonna be
one's gonna get
sticky.
sticky after.
Okay.
Gonna be ruined.
Okay.
So let's just go left to right.
Yeah. So this is a tier list we found. We did not make this one, so it's just kind of in a random order, and I don't think we would need this many letters necessarily, but it's
Because
good to
they're
have
all
them.
good.
It's good. They are all good. We're reading. We wouldn't be reading them.
But we
if
can
they
still, we
weren't.
can still just.
I think we need
Yeah.
to. So
We can rank them,
We can
though.
do like initial ratings, and then once we have the full tier list, we
Rearrange.
can adjust. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I want to
No.
try to make it like have
Final
a bell
answer.
curve.
Absolutely not.
Ultimately not.
No, Gavin is a serial enjoyer,
I am.
bro. We
I am.
watched. Okay, something else we could talk about, not just comics. We all watched Thunderbolts.
Thunderbutts.
Oh my god,
Thunderbolts.
we should do that.
Thunderbolts.
And
It
Gavin-
was pretty good.
Gavin sent in the group chat something that was so wholesome
It's just-
and so happy. He was
I'm
like,
just happy they're out there having a good
Dude.
time.
Gavin's like, I liked it. Everyone did a
Okay.
good job.
It was fun.
great. I
We
was
all-
The
like,
characters were
Everybody
great,
had a
dude.
part.
We all know how
alright.
we feel about the MCU right now. Back to the tier list.
Tier
First
list.
up is Absolute Superman. What is the gang feeling about this? I think it's like solid A.
We're right now-
nearing S.
oh,
Yeah,
are we
like-
just
So-
going in order of there?
Yeah, we're just going in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
So issue
That's
7
right.
just came out this week. So we've got 7 issues of it, which is a decent amount in the Absolute Universe. The last 2 I've loved a lot.
You
I
just
think-
read the most recent one.
Yeah,
too,
I
like,
just read the
before
most
this,
recent one
yeah.
right
Yeah.
before, so it's fresh. But I've been loving 7 and 6. The first 5 though were like sort of slow. They weren't giving me a big feel for like Superman's character necessarily, but I liked bits and pieces. Like the Lois stuff was really interesting.
Yes.
For me,
Yes.
this is my first Superman comic ever.
Just
So
crazy.
I can't really like put it into perspective like that. That's why I think
Right.
I'm putting it in a higher pedestal than anyone else.
But here's
Sure.
the thing. Think about Superman less as a comic book character and more as a cultural, like he is Americana.
He's just- yeah.
He is, I mean, since the 40s, Superman has
Yeah.
been the biggest. I mean, not always in sales necessarily, but Superman is an
Most
icon.
iconic.
He's the
You know what I mean?
superhero,
Sure.
yeah.
Everybody
Well,
knows
he's
that
the
S.
superhero.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
the superhero.
He
so
is.
it's like the fact that like this is, and I love what he represents. That one issue where it opens up with all the different people talking about how he saved them.
Yeah.
And Lois is like trying to convince them to give her info.
they're just not giving
and she's
anything.
like, no. They're like, no. And also like, if you're afraid of him, you should be.
Yeah,
But understand
seriously.
like if he was out of control,
Yeah,
you
we
would
were
stand no
cooked.
chance.
Yeah.
They're like, in fact, I want him to be out of control
Yeah.
because fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
There is an
oh,
anger.
dude.
There's an
How about the
underlying
fact
anger
that
in this
We
whole
pray
universe.
for the rage of the Superman.
the-
There's a lot of
Great.
anger.
Yeah, that was a good line. That was a good line.
So good, dude.
But for me, I feel like I don't know. I'm a little biased because I think it's my favorite absolute out of the,
It's good.
out of the Trinity at least.
Uh huh.
But
So that's interesting. He was gonna drop it, and it's your favorite.
Yeah.
I do give it an A, but I also did drop it out of my pull list because I'm broke. But you know, it's just it's
I feel like
logistics.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like in the beginning, I think for me personally, it started out at a B, but as it kept going, like I loved all the Krypton bits. I love just
Those are
seeing
kind of the
seeing
best.
Kal-El
Krypton's
actually
interesting,
grow
yeah.
up on Krypton and seeing
Yeah.
how his family just acts and where they were in the social class, and just the whole not mystery, but you know,
I
just
think-
the whole lying that the government did and everything.
I think my hard part with him is that they are treating him a bit more like a symbol, as you were kind of talking about, where it's like you don't get a whole bunch of what he's doing and how he's
Right.
like interacting
true.
with
That's
people.
very true.
It's more like he comes in, saves people, and he's gone. It's
He
like he's like a
doesn't talk a whole
cryptid.
lot.
Right.
yeah.
But it's like, but I think that's my problem is that he's not sticking around to like talk with people and like,
Yeah.
you know, be like, it's all right. He's just serving his purpose of saving people, which is great. And we're getting a little bit of that. I think that they'll probably grow on that more.
They're
though.
almost.
For sure.
It's kind of almost how they're treating Wolverine in a way.
yeah,
The
it's very
Ultimate
similar.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that
agree.
guy can't talk.
The Well, yeah, true. The Krypton parts are some of the best. Personally, the part that interests me more, the part that I really want to understand, is the Omega Men and like
Yeah.
And the
and-
villains.
and
In the villains.
Lois
yeah.
Lane being this like
Lois
kind of
Lane.
commander, Jimmy Olsen, like the whole Lois Jimmy thing. Like
forgot
that was
Jimmy was a thing,
That's
not
so
gonna lie, but-
interesting. The Lazarus like corps, the Ra's
Ra's
al
al
Ghul
Ghul.
being his bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
come
what-
on.
Spoiler
It's
alert,
pretty
by the way, but
Yeah.
Well,
right.
we're
Nation
talking
seven.
about it.
Sorry,
You already hear.
we'll put it on
Okay.
there. But, you
Okay.
know,
So where are we
spoiler.
ranking this thing?
I mean,
I give it an A.
Hey, I want to give it an A.
And I think as it goes on, it will slowly get more into the
Okay.
I think
tier.
it
Okay.
started B. Now it's at A. I do project it getting to
Right.
S. Right.
But I think right now it's at an A.
I can
Man.
see how some fans will be like, the Krypton shit is so repetitive. We've already seen this a million times, but this is different. This is,
It is
like,
different.
cooler.
Reading it,
It is,
month
like,
to month,
yeah.
it was definitely just like,
It's
oh
slow.
man, when are we gonna get to the good?
The first
shit?
5
But
issues was slow, man.
If you just read it all at once, it will work better.
Like we the whole first arc is basically how did Krypton get to this point,
Right.
And
It's
if
good
you
backstory.
have been reading Superman, it's like, okay, we've seen this before. But for me, it's just really fresh and really new. So
A running theme
just
with
like-
I think all these issues is going to be they are written for the trade. Like you said, issue
Yeah.
by issue, it can be a little confusing.
Ultimates and absolutes. Yeah.
yeah,
But
both of them.
all of these books are really written for the trade.
Because they're limited series, they're not.
Right.
You know, they didn't know if it was going to be a mainline thing that they
Right.
could go with.
I mean,
So-
Martian Manhunter was going to be what,
Hopefully,
6, and then issue 1
Yeah.
drops, and they're like 12. Fuck it,
Yeah,
dude.
at
Well,
least.
got it.
At least.
Oh man.
Okay, I for my sake, I would say B, but I'm very happy to settle with A with you guys.
we can rearrange.
Let's put it A for right
Yeah.
now.
Well, you
I
guys
think
are all
of
saying
us-
A. I'm just saying for
yeah.
myself.
Right.
I think it definitely started as a B for sure, though.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so is this Ultimate Black Panther?
It is Ultimate Black
Okay.
Panther.
Into the Ultimate Verse.
This is probably the worst current one.
Yeah.
But that's a high bar. I mean, that's a
It is a pretty
No,
high bar.
it's not that it's not good. It's still good. but-
It's good
but
in great
but
company.
Yes.
I love the
Every single series changes this, like the original status quo somehow, but this one is just
It just feels Black Panther. Yeah, it doesn't.
It's pretty grounded.
The big change up is the Voodoo Khan, which I love. I love it so much.
This is a Voodoo
It's
Khan
so cool. But like they
advocator.
haven't done anything with it.
I've
They
only
haven't
read
done
the
anything
first
with it.
5, so I can't say a whole bunch.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, it's so
There's a lot.
It's so slow. It is the slowest burn, and they're all slow burns, which is fine. But this one just takes it to another
It-
level.
Get that Marvel's trying to make money, but why is every issue of Black Panther only like 25 pages? Like
I just felt.
standard,
just
I
nothing
think.
happened.
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard.
30 or 40.
I thought like 24-ish pages was normal. These feel so
They feel short because
They
it
feel
just.
so short.
I feel like, well, I mean, specifically with like the Khonshu and Black Panther
Such a
fight.
cool
that
twist too, right?
No, right, but it was such a big build up, and then one panel,
One
and then
panel.
yeah, but he.
The fact that Moon Knight is supposed to be like the villain, and they don't really like go
Play with that.
in on it.
Yeah.
I like that it's
Yeah.
2 guys. I mean,
I
there's-
know it's interesting.
that sums up my feelings with this series. There's really cool ideas. I love the Voodoo Khan. I love Moon Knight being evil. I love that it's 2 guys. I love living vibranium. I love Storm and Killmonger being these rebels outside of vibranium. I love Doctor Strange being involved, and I love that it's not Steven. I mean, all these things are so cool, and they haven't done shit, man.
So
They haven't done shit with it.
if Storm is in this one, is it not Storm in the X Men?
May Storm.
Yeah,
May
May
Storm
Storm.
is in the X-Men one.
Is that a different character?
I guess.
I get, yeah.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
is
Not Storm.
inspired by
Yes.
African Storm. Though.
Yeah.
She sees there's a news article she's reading on her phone about like rebels in West Africa with superpowers like and she's
Yeah.
like, oh, she has powers like me. I want to be like her because she's
Yeah.
fighting the good fight. So then she's Japanese Storm.
And then that's a big part of what is going on right now in X-Men is like how she's doing things with all the children of the atom.
And she's like a leader.
'Cause
That's
she's
true. That's
she's
very
doing
true.
like a little rebellious thing right now. And
She's very driven.
I do respect the things that they've been trying to tell, but it really just has to like just send it.
it's
Like,
gotta
just like commit.
I feel like for how different all the Ultimate Universes feel for the characters, this is the most like if this was mainline, it'd be kind of like
wouldn't
I wouldn't
notice.
question it much,
Yeah.
So yeah,
And-
I think for myself, I'd put it around mid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go D low-key, but I'm just a hater.
I've only
I
read the
would-
first 5, so
I might go D on that too.
We can do
I'm
D.
I'm not a fan of the suit. Like this. Okay, the new suit I like.
The new suit.
Well,
I
new
love the
suit
cape.
is
I love
cool.
when they give him a
Well,
cape.
Why is the mouth
Why
exposed?
can't he
I
just
think
have
it's
a
cool.
mask?
I like
don't
I like the
it.
teeth.
I don't like it.
I like the dream sequence when he transformed. I thought that was cool. I wanted
remember
to.
him
I wanted to have.
transforming.
Well, it wasn't real. It was
Well,
like.
yeah, but I don't remember that. Even.
Well, they hype up Moon Knight to be this fucking thing, and they beat
I
him
do
in
like
one
his suit,
fucking
though.
panel.
Yeah, that's lame. Dude, okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say like C tier. So if that's what we have as mid, then yeah.
Yeah, mid is C
I
tier.
would agree with you on most of those points, but the cape does add some aura. So
No,
I,
The cape
I
is
will
so
say-
good.
No, I
will
love
say.
the cape. The only problem I have with the new suit, the first one was just too flashy, too shiny, and I didn't like it. And also, I don't like the open mouth. If he just had a cloth mask, it would look so much cooler.
If you're gonna have the Sorcerer Supreme show up in this series and just have her do nothing, like
She has been on like
feels weird.
3 covers
Yes.
and hasn't done shit the whole time.
She's either just like meditating or she's the last panel. Of the
No, you know what she did? She fucked up and brought the Vibranium Man into the real world. She's just been a problem.
I blame
really.
T'Challa. I blame T'Challa for that.
Well, yeah, but
I think that's
she
part
was
of-
literally like, "I got this, guys." Did her
is a
spell, and then I fucked up.
That's like something you guys were saying is that it doesn't deviate enough from the main line. But in mainline, T'Challa is usually like pretty perfect. Like especially in the stuff that I'm familiar with, like in like Hickman's Secret Wars, like kind of leading up to it, he gets brought into the Illuminati and he has like conflicts with them because they want to sacrifice other worlds to save their own, and he's very unflinching. He's like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
In fact, Namor, who kind of goes off and works with the bad guys to do that, he like gets so pissed at Namor, he tries to leave him on one of those worlds to kill him. And in this, T'Challa's a fuck up in Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, see,
T'Challa
I
can't
just-
do shit right, dude.
He does not know how to run the nation.
No,
He's fucking up at every
Yeah.
possible opportunity. He's doing everything wrong.
Like,
We
right.
broke for technical difficulties, but we're back. We were about
back.
to talk about
My mic was fucked.
Ryan's big heavy naturals.
yeah.
And we
Yeah.
were about to put him on the tier.
That's why his
list.
mic's fucked.
I would say D tier, maybe double D tier.
Double D could be there.
Double D.
That's where Daredevil goes, man.
Where do we think Black Panther's
I'm
going?
saying
Mid,
D.
mid.
Okay.
You say B?
D.
Oh,
I
D?
think I think Black Panther
I think I
does-
can mid.
It's
Okay.
It's like new enough to be mid,
I just-
but the pacing is pretty D tier.
I think it's
like,
D. I really wanted to call it mid, but it's been dragging, man.
Yeah.
And
Well,
are we thinking?
all right.
The last 6 issues have been pretty fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
I cannot lie.
So when you think about
Phenomenal.
in
The last 6?
Everything from like Doctor Strange awakening the monster to like now.
That's like
has-
2.
That's
like
not 6
3
issues.
3 issues.
It took her 3 just to get there.
Phenomenal, denoting that it is causing a phenomenon.
Wait,
Hell
you're right.
no.
We're on issue 15. I'm ignore me. The last 3 issues have been pretty fun.
okay,
Yeah.
so are we
They
thinking
haven't,
about the
but
tier list?
that's
Are we
sorry.
thinking about a tier list in comparison to each other
Like
or
relative,
in general?
or like all
I
of
was thinking
comicdom?
relative because
I
out
think
of
it's
all of
relative.
out of all these, this gets D. Like
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
If we're
true.
doing
All right.
relative, let's
Yeah.
do D.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do relative to
preface,
each other.
all of these series are bangers, but
Right.
to
Yes.
relative to each other, this does.
This
go
one
into
is
D
pretty
tier.
bad.
Like,
Like in
if
all
it was a
of
616
comics-
series, it'd be fun.
Right. I think in all of comics,
Yeah.
Black Panther, which is probably going to be the lowest ranked, is a B. Is it still a B?
yeah.
But let's do relative.
In terms of these ones, this is like I have
definitely-
not a lot of interest, and I read 5, and I was kind of like, I don't care
Yeah.
if I read more. To be honest,
Right.
I probably will.
At some point.
What's funny,
Yeah.
you've only read 5. When I first read it, I read the first 7. I binged the first 7, like
Yeah.
on my phone even
Sure.
right before.
Yeah,
I went to
yeah,
sleep.
right.
I
So
binged
it's
the
kinda
first
funny.
9.
Yeah, that's what.
So it's funny that you've only read 5 because I'm
Yeah.
like, I started more than that, but
Yeah.
I also get it. I
Yeah.
get it. If I was reading like,
But even
monthly-
after 9, I was like, it's okay.
It's just fast.
It's
it's just not hard to read one
Fast?
fast,
Yeah.
but
No, that's
like
fair.
fast to read.
Oh,
but
yeah. It was
slow to
it's fast to
develop.
read,
Yeah,
but the
really slow.
story is just so slow.
And we've talked about this one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck this one. All right,
X-Men,
next.
Peaches,
Okay.
X-Men.
Peaches,
Next one.
Momoko.
Okay,
Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men
I love that it's
The
written and
art
drawn by the same person.
carries. Yeah.
Insane.
That is very fun. The art does carry. The art
I don't
is a
think
big.
that's fair to say.
I don't
Even
think
though
so.
I think the art's gorgeous,
No.
and the story's also amazing.
I think the story is good as well, but I think what really does draw me to this
Yeah.
is the art.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Sure-
story,
certainly.
honestly.
The
to-
manga
to me-
vibes are just fresh and new.
Yes.
And the fact that they're kids, like
It's
that
interesting.
is that.
yeah. What? Yeah. Ryan loves
He
kids.
does love kids. Man,
Bro, I had fear. I had fear.
like it's just fresh X-Men instead of like
It's fun and it is beautiful.
I'll
It
find
just-
myself absolutely
at
captivated
that.
by still panels of like a backyard with a street lamp in this series.
Yeah, it
and
just-
I'll just be like sitting there looking at that for like a good
Look at
45
that.
seconds contemplating.
Yeah.
It's like the art's just insane.
Beautiful. All the effects and the paneling's
But-
nice.
As you were saying, the story is very manga. It's by far the most different feeling tone wise in the universe.
yeah. If we're talking about like counterparts to their 616 counterparts,
Oh, yeah.
like this is
no
Very
literally-
different. This is
might
completely
as well
new.
be a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Like, it
This
doesn't
could be
even-
X-Men the manga, and I'd be like,
It doesn't
all right.
even need to be an ultimate thing. Like
It
this
doesn't.
is just like by itself right now. Like
and also the watercolors.
When you read
It's
it,
so
it,
just
it's,
pretty.
it just feels like you're watching a battle anime. It
Yeah.
feels
Yeah.
like you're watching like a shonen anime.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
The Japanese influence is so prevalent. I personally loved in the first few issues, and they're even still kind of doing it.
The little back things where they
like,
talk
if you
about
look at
culture.
the issues, they'll give you like little bits of Japanese culture
Yeah,
and how it influences.
and they'll be like, "Oh, this happened in the issue. If you want to know more about it and figure
Yeah,
out like
the
how it
lexicon.
goes
The
into
lexicon, yes.
Yeah.
the lexicon."
The Japanese influence, the fact that Peach Momoko is writing and drawing it, so it's really her thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels like you're watching an anime about high schoolers with superpowers. It's
Yeah.
My Hero Academia if it was good.
But
If it
Which I
was
like My
good.
Hero Academia too. I liked My Hero Academia a lot.
let's be real here. I mean,
But
come on.
This is dope.
This is way
awesome.
better.
But-
I love My Hero too,
Yeah.
but
with this
I really
one,
like My Hero.
I really had to like.
it's really good.
I
I love the ending.
I kept trying to jump into it, and I was just like, I had to be in a certain spot to read it because I was like, it's so pretty, and it's
How many
also
have
a
you
very the first volume, so the first
first-
six,
first six?
and
Okay.
it's like it is really dark too, which is like
Yeah.
I'm fine with, but I felt like I need to sit down in a specific space where I can really like just read through this volume and enjoy it all and like take it in. And I was reading it like one a night, and then and it's really great. Yeah, but I felt like the other ones I could just jump in whatever. This one I feel like you got to be reading in a space where you can like really kind of respect it as
Yeah,
well.
you
It's
gotta
like,
take the
it's
time
not-
to appreciate
yeah, it's
it.
not just a chew through it and be like, all right, next. You know,
This
it's like
one-
you gotta chew on it.
This one works the best issue by issue. I think
Yeah,
of
that's
maybe
fair.
everything on the tier
What?
list. This one works the
I was about to say this one suffers the most from trade.
Whoa!
You think?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I
This
don't
one
know.
should be read and trade the most out of all of 11 of these. Like, I
What?
feel like.
Well, I think you don't know what you're fucking talking about.
I think it's hard to say. I was reading them like one per day, so not all in one sitting to kind of space it out. And so I enjoy spacing it out, but it's also, there's no like
This
really
one-
time
this one
jumps
needs
necessarily,
absorbing.
so it does go right into each other. So I agree with like the volume could also be helpful. I don't know.
I like the month-to-month thing about this because you can feel the political climate of everything escalating.
Yeah,
and you,
sure.
Yeah.
And you see her graduate from middle school, and now she's like in high school. She's riding on her motorbike. Like you kind of feel her aging up.
Okay,
They're in
there
a
are
very
time jumps.
coming of age. Yeah. Well, all the
Well,
ultimates. Month
Every
to month.
single Ultimate
Right,
is
right.
meant to take place
Okay.
month to month.
Right,
Okay.
and you see the seasons changing, which is like a very big thing in like anime at least, in,
Yeah.
in
Well,
as far
yeah,
as Japanese
they
culture.
always-
You see kind of like Hirako growing up, and you see like it's just like I said, the political tensions escalating. She gets better at her powers. The rebel group starts forming. Like the month to month aspect of it is so like it's in the background, but it informs the context of every single issue. I think I like
It feels really good in the trade too, though. I think all of these are made for the
I
trade.
binged it all. So.
But I think it's also, I think that you're right that the space of all of them is also nice. I mean, I gotta put
As
this
far
at
as
top.
world building goes, this is like pretty important. This is like the X-Men of this universe.
yeah.
It's true. We don't see a lot of mutants in.
I mean-
616.
we've only
If you
seen
want
we've only seen
if you want
Storm.
616 mutants, go read Ultimate Wolverine and you'll find out
Yeah.
how fucked up they are. But
Yeah.
this one is developing the new up and coming
How-
mutants.
How
It came
does
out
this
later.
blend into the other stuff when they start uniting, you think, though?
Well,
pretty much.
this yeah.
Pretty much the only thing we really have is in the context pages or the information pages, like the
Yeah.
first where it's like. 16 months ago, the maker of Diabolical,
Yeah, right.
all this.
Whatever.
They say the
Yeah.
Eurasian Republic is one of the 2 known places with mutant activity, and that's pretty much all they give us right now.
Yeah.
And then, like I said earlier, May Storm sees Storm, who's we know is a mutant, but she's in Black Panther, you know. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's
But they're
kind
not
of
calling her
Yeah.
a mutant in that. They're just
No,
she
she's
is
just
has
a
powers.
she's
yeah.
basically
Damn.
just a goddess to everybody else.
I mean, they don't know.
No way.
Which I mean that yeah,
No,
that's
no, she's gonna be a mutant.
She's got to be a mutant, right?
but they're
Well,
calling her a goddess right now, like
yeah.
basically.
well, yeah,
she
because
always-
that is also
that's
yeah
always
how she
been-
was normally perceived, like
Yeah.
in her homeland, was that she was a storm goddess.
Yeah. What's the difference?
well,
What's the difference?
She a
all
goddess
in
to me,
all,
bro.
I think this deserves a B
Let's be
or
real.
higher.
Dude, this is top.
Oh, row.
This is top.
B?
Top?
No Spider-Man B.
It's got to be A.
A?
I-
At least.
like
Man, I don't know. It hurts to see that in the same row as Superman, but I feel like I
think it's a
I don't.
B.
I haven't loved that one like
Yeah.
you guys have
We
loved
Chat
it.
docs this guy.
Hell no.
I think it's a B, and the art makes it an A.
I vote B.
Dude.
Like if we say A, it like I don't know. It just brings it up a tier where like I don't know. It just
I think
needs-
it's
it needs
I think it's
better,
a little
like,
below.
I can I can concede on B.
It needs like
I will
more.
say with the pace of the story, I'm more excited to see what's next for X-Men than I am with Superman. So like,
What?
X-Men's a B?
Interesting. Okay.
I think if we're
X-Men is
talking
so
about
fresh
in
and
relevance
so
to
exciting.
everything, yes, I do think it is a B.
Okay,
compared to
okay.
The rest of
Think
it.
about this. In 25 years from now, I'm going to think back. I'm going to remember the gorgeous art of
25.
this. I'm going to remember none of the rest of these stories. Hell
You're
no.
gonna remember Ultimate X-Men out of all 11 of these?
I
That's
think,
crazy.
I think that one.
Out of Martian
I'll remember-
Manhunter?
I'll remember Spider-Man. I'll remember Martian Manhunter. I feel like lots of these just like
Wow.
they're amazing.
I feel like
I'll remember
stories, but I
Wolverine
don't-
more.
I'm thinking as like a piece of art. It's like this is not.
That's-
Well, yeah.
that's
This
true.
one feels like I'm consuming a piece
Do you know
of
how
art.
many amazing Elseworld Spider-Man stories there are? And I think this is peak, but it's like this is just another one of those.
The villain of this one says you should kill yourself now.
Hell
Come
yeah.
on. I mean, come on.
That's
Hey.
fair.
Okay.
You know what? Throw it up there.
Okay.
No, dude, like the way they balance the villains between the Maester, Viper being connected to the Council, and then the Shadow King, and the way he's just like
The Shadow King is the
just
coolest part of that.
just
He
fucking
is.
corrupting all of these kids to fight their own little war against their makers. It's so fucking.
Maybe I gotta
I'm
reread it.
loving
Maybe
just,
I gotta
like,
reread
the
it.
revolutional aspect of this.
I just
And that
think-
goes with all of the Ultimate stories.
If the goal of these stories is to tell these characters in a completely unique and fresh way, it's like none of them hold anything to X-Men.
Yeah.
True.
You think?
But that's how I'm viewing this.
I don't
right
know.
now.
Maybe
You guys
I
think
have,
this
like,
is
month-
B?
yeah.
Y'all wait till we get to Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm gonna blow your minds, bro.
All right. See, all right.
Y'all think this one's a B?
Maybe.
We can argue for it later, but I'm pretty comfortable putting this in A right now.
I like it in A.
I like A.
Okay, A is good.
Okay.
Maybe I have monthly syndrome because I should probably reread this in
Okay.
in totality.
So we're at Green Lantern,
Now the book
which
that-
we
now-
only have 2 of.
Yeah.
We only have
This
two.
one we can only review surface levelly because there's only 2 issues, but
We're gonna try.
it
It's
hooks
got
you
some
in.
stuff.
I'm really.
It hooks you in, man. It hooks you in.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you could tell, but I'm a little. I
Look at this
like
guy.
this one.
Green
I
Lantern
love-
fiend
He's a
over there.
freak for lanterns.
I love that.
He's a freak for green.
He is freaky.
All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
That's it. Clip it. Put on the
Somebody post that.
Tee it up.
Short,
Regular.
short.
foul on the play.
Okay.
Time out.
So I love that like John and Joe and all of them are, and Hal and all of them are
Guy.
Guy. They're all 4 of them are buddies.
Yeah, they
I
all know
love
each
that.
other. They all live in the same town.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle?
That's
right
true.
here?
I mean, they can only do so many. I guess.
Where's Alan Scott? Actually, where's Alan Scott? Also,
He owns the bar.
wait, really?
Wait, what?
It's Alan Scott's like
didn't-
sandwich.
I didn't even.
I didn't
the
notice
diner.
that.
I
the
didn't even
diner?
read that.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
I wonder if he's got Doiby in the back cooking up burgers.
He was probably Doiby was probably that guy who was at the counter.
I don't think Doiby's a character.
You don't think he's a
Yeah, I
character?
mean, they're saving him.
I just
Well, I mean,
like
if
how
Alan
every
Scott's in this, I
lantern
think
is a
Doiby should
character
be in
this,
it.
even though Joe is the main
I'm not going to
character.
introduce a sidekick right away.
Yeah.
He's coming later.
He'll come. He'll
Wait,
no,
we're waiting
he's
for
coming.
absolute Doiby.
Yeah,
I'm
come on now.
enjoying how this one's taking its time with like,
Soyvis.
there's this.
Soyvis that don't make you noivis. It would make sense. He's a server at the sandwich shop.
What did I?
He's
What
a
did I
soiver.
say? What did I
They
say?
don't make you noivis.
It don't make
Hey,
you
don't make me
noise.
nervous. But I feel like it's cool that it's like the inciting incident is this like Green Lantern alien coming down, and then we're seeing little bits of that,
Majin
while we're
Buu.
also seeing little bits of the fallback from
Yeah.
that.
This one is one of those where you just gotta let it cook. You
Yeah,
know, like-
it's
But
definitely.
it's a mystery, so
Yeah.
we don't know if it's gonna be shit yet.
But I am
Where
very
does the black hand
interested.
come
I'm
from?
just I'm
Only
excited
Aaron
to
would
see
know.
where it goes. And yeah,
I'll-
Hal being like maybe not the villain, but
Some
him
kinda
being a setup to a villain.
Yeah.
But all right,
transformation.
listen. Hal has been the villain before.
Well, I know.
And I love that.
No,
It's
I
cool.
do too.
I like
love him
that's-
as Yellow Lantern, like Yellow Lantern Hal.
Parallax.
Parallax.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's not really like a yellow lantern.
I always,
just a
I
whole
always,
different
no,
thing,
I always
yeah.
think of the Injustice Yellow Lantern Hal.
Sure,
That's what
sure.
I think.
Yeah,
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
That did happen.
I love him looking at the hand and being like, "I willed it not to happen, and it still did." Because it's like, okay,
That's his whole thing?
We don't know where this fits into that, because all the Green Lantern stuff is based around like emotions and stuff. So it's like I feel like this still has to be tied to some kind of emotion.
Well,
but
and-
we don't know what it is.
Right, and
But
then
they're
I like
leaning hard
they're leaning
into
to
the yellow
colors.
shit.
Right.
They're leaning hard into the original.
We're getting a cameo.
Hold on,
Alan
yeah.
Scott, Atom Bomb Cafe. and
Wait, I
Diner.
wanna
That's-
see.
Wow.
I didn't notice that. Oh.
Dude, we could edit around it. We could do it.
But yeah, they're leaning very hard into the color aspect of Green
Yeah,
Lantern, which
like-
hasn't happened, I feel like, in a while. I don't
mean,
know much.
I
So
haven't read
Aaron,
too much recently,
resident
yeah.
Green Lantern fan.
I noticed off the preview that the green light doesn't the black hand did not affect yellow objects. When the biker runs into the green dome, it didn't affect the yellow objects. And then
John picks it up.
John picks
picks
up
it
the
up.
ring, and then he's like, I think I might have an idea of how we can get rid of Abin Sur. And I think he's putting together that the green does not affect the yellow. I love that. I love that Hal is being villainous, because it's not
cool.
We can't act like Hal doesn't have it in him, even though it was, technically retconned, even though this is like I love the whole parallax thing. I love Jeff Johns' rebirth. I love introducing the emotional spectrum. I love how there's all the different colors. I love Parallax being the fear entity that was trapped inside of the main battery. Like, I love all that stuff. And it feels like this series is I don't know. It's changing everything while still keeping the heart, which is like the point of Absolute. And it's so mysterious. What the fuck is Abin Sur
It's such a mystery.
doing?
Yeah.
Dude, Majin-
Is the core evil.
they name dropped
Is the
Oa
core evil.
in Superman. They
Yes.
name dropped Oa. They talked about the adepts of Oa, which makes it seem like there
They
is a
called
core.
it the Black Stars
They call it
around
Black
them.
Right, the
Star,
Dark
and then-
Stars.
which could be Black Hand related. Like,
Well,
you never
he
know,
said
you
he
know?
was like, in the newest issue, he was like looking at his hand. He's like, it's like a black
It's like
star.
a black star,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But
But if you
it
read
sounds
Superman
cool.
#7,
Actually, in current like mainline Green Lantern, there was a thing where there was like dark star lanterns or something.
Oh.
There was like an emperor.
They're separate from the
guy.
Black Lanterns.
No, yeah, Black Lantern is completely. That's kind of
That's just like
been
an undead
done.
I don't-
thing.
Yeah,
like,
it's a zombie thing.
zombies.
But there was. This is not even talking about Absolute, so I'll be quick. But there was like an emperor guy who essentially got power over the Green Lantern Corps, and so they did his bidding. He was also able to shift the emotional spectrum, so the Green
Interesting.
Lanterns
Right, okay.
weren't necessarily the people who displayed the most willpower. So he was able to manipulate them a lot easier.
Interesting.
And I think they were called like the Dark Star Lanterns or something, something.
I think I've heard about that a little.
And so I'm like, really don't believe that they are referencing that because it's so recent and it's kind of not made its mark.
Well,
yet.
they're,
It's a different
they're
name.
clearly going OG Lantern lore for this, not Rebirth Lantern
Right.
lore for this.
Well, you say that, but he talks about existing within the green spectrum.
And we haven't
Yeah,
seen
that
much
that shouldn't
yet.
happen until Jeff Johns. You know?
I feel like we've seen the like a bit of the cop part and not enough the space part so far. you know?
Basically,
Right.
all we're saying is, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's
This one is
see
just
what
too
happens.
early to tell.
Let Al Ewing cook. Yes.
yeah.
What if what if John? Sorry, you should. Because we were talking about the yellow, and one of the big things that Abin Sur does in the second issue is he keeps going around and he's telling
Judging.
people, he's judging people,
Him
and he's like,
evaporating guys
be
is
without
insane.
fear,
Yeah.
be entirely without fear.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Be without fear or be entirely without fear. And usually when he says be entirely without fear, he's about to fuck someone up.
Yeah, but then when he gets to John, like he says, "Be without fear," and he's got like such a sad look on his face, and then he just disappears. But I just thought, because I'm doing a little fan theorizing. What if John
okay.
becomes the Sinestro of this absolute universe? And because just only strictly because of that, and because he picked up the yellow ring,
did
and
pick up the
he's
yellow
like
ring. Yeah.
thinking about the color yellow and like how that's going to affect him. So maybe that somehow like translates into him being
Yeah.
But he's
not
the most,
Sinestro,
he's the most like
but
level-headed of them.
I know,
now.
right,
So I don't know.
exactly.
But and here's the thing, Sinestro.
That's true.
I wouldn't call Sinestro level-headed,
But he
he had
was.
ambition.
He was
He's
Green
a-
Lantern.
He's almost like I guess yeah. So he starts off as Green Lantern, and his whole thing is like he's kind of like Doom. He was such an effective Green Lantern, but like he like ruled with an iron fist.
I think
Right.
he wanted more. He's just ambitious.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
And
Green Lantern's not for
I
ambition
just-
necessarily.
I don't see John going that way, especially this John.
I don't
But we
think so.
We don't know enough about. But you're right. He picks
But
up
that,
the yellow
that
ring. I mean,
that's just something because I'm like, oh, what about this and this and
Absolute
this?
universe.
it's the absolute universe.
It's who knows?
So
Anything
Joe,
can happen.
Joe got a green ring.
Guy
and
Gardner's
he's got a yellow
bald.
one?
Fuck, I forgot.
Guy Gardner's
dude.
dead, man.
He's
We don't
bald
know.
and dead.
I think
We don't know.
They
We
are
don't
not getting killed.
No.
There's no shot.
I don't think he's dead.
I don't
All the
think
lanterns
they're-
are going
yeah.
to get a story arc.
Only that one cop died because she got her head chopped off.
I was first like, so is he like picking up people he needs for an army, and then he kills the other guy? And I was like, oh,
Well,
okay.
he
Yeah.
kills.
He's more of a threat than just.
It was-
One cop shoots him. He deflects it. It hits someone else. So he kills that cop.
It's all self-defense.
Yeah, another cop shoots him. Doesn't hit someone else. So he just removes their mean of then attacking him.
Yeah.
So it does seem like there is a code of conduct here. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a.
There is some.
There's a
There's
purpose
some
that
sort
he's
of
doing.
morals
Yeah.
to Abin Sur.
And
Yeah.
the Guardians in mainline continuity are pretty much always like dicks. Like they are always
Yeah.
like kind of
They're fighting their own
high
war.
horse. So I wonder, like, what's the Guardian system look like in this universe? I
Right.
doubt it's
Or
a
the-
bunch
even
of
is
old
any
men
Guardians.
sitting around the table. Maybe it's just one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Abin Sur being the main guardian.
Or it's Darkseid that's controlling him. I don't.
Right?
We don't know.
Like,
Oh yeah,
There's so much
Darkseid.
mystery.
Darkseid
What
is
is Darkseid
absent.
up
The
to
energy
right now,
of the
dude?
absolute universe is going to
Your master's trying to figure that out, man.
yeah, that's.
Okay. Ooh, I want to call
All
it
in
an
all,
A,
we
but
should probably.
I think
Green
B.
Lantern?
I think B.
I think B.
Given the two issues, I was going to say
Because
mid.
the art is kind of
Mid?
weak too.
Yeah.
The art
was
is
gonna
very
say
weak.
that for my comment. I am really enjoying the mystery, and I'm really loving the direction and the little teases they're going between like the B plot and the A plot of what happens to Evergreen. The art is a big defactor on this.
Yeah,
Parts
I will
of it I
say,
really like.
yeah.
Parts of it
Big
just
fan of
I
doesn't
like
work.
I like all the facial
It's
expressions.
just like It's just like
No, it's
webtoony.
just not.
Like,
It's just not my. It looks too webtoony, and
Yeah.
I do like all the facial expressions. Like Hal's just grief that he keeps showing on his face when he's just like, "What am I doing?" Like you really do feel it, and that I will give it is very good. But other than that, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I really.
we're like, there's only 2 issues in, so we're gonna rate it very like pretty
It's hard to
maturely.
say.
Yeah.
But I think considering there's only 2 issues, it's probably mid or B. Like
mid or
But
B for me
I
too.
think it has a ton of potential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
like,
I think
it's 2
it's
issues. It's 2 issues.
same thing with Flash. It's just
Okay.
I think they both
You know,
have
Ryan,
huge
I
potential.
would agree with you, but this came out after Martian Manhunter, which also has 2 issues.
And that's
what
a
we've been
fucking
saying.
banger.
We'll get
That's
there.
different.
I'm
We'll get
sorry.
there. Okay.
I want to call it B. I'm the Green Lantern guy, though. If I'm
I'm
if
voting
I remove
mid,
that,
yeah.
I would say it makes sense to be mid.
I vote
Yeah.
mid. Yeah.
Given
Yeah,
the art,
alright.
given the
For now.
complete
Yeah.
lack of story, if I was the Green Lantern guy, it'd be mid. It'd be mid.
Because everything that we're talking about is like what could happen, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know.
what is-
But it's
Yeah.
making us think.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what's
making
so
us
fun
think
about
and
this.
theorize and engage.
I love
That's the thing
theorizing.
with comics. It always fucking just like
Well,
You
Spider-Man
gotta have hope.
fan over here.
You gotta have hope.
Spider-Man
every time.
Glazer.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Are we settling with mid? Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Buddy, it's Weapon X time.
I love Wolverine.
Ultimate Wolverine. This
It's
next one,
interesting.
this one
Just like
just
animals.
fucks, bro.
Which issue are we on now?
We're on 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
5 came
So-
out yesterday.
We're about
Four,
to wrap up the first arc.
four being entirely
yesterday,
told
2
through
days
a
ago.
Predator Prey thing until like the last panel was wild. That was sick.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That was crazy shit.
And this one is the best episodically monthly.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But this
100%.
is low-key the X-Men series for the Ultimate issue. Like,
Yeah.
or
Well,
Ultimate series.
Just
Yeah, so
because
far.
it
As far as
ties to the
616
main
counterparts
X-Men.
go,
yeah.
like,
Which is funny because the only X-Men I care about is Wolverine anyways, baby.
Let's be real.
He's one of the coolest.
Well,
Also,
okay, no,
always.
you know what? I
Come
love
on.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, but he eats it.
He's
my
cool, but I don't
God.
care.
Yeah,
Dude, he
it was rough.
died. Issue
eats
fucking
it.
Rough.
1.
yeah.
They tease
It's so
Mystique
bad.
for the next one.
She's
dead.
dead, brother.
So who's the blue person with red hair?
For what?
At the end, they're talking about a blue person with red hair. I'm pretty sure.
In the
I might be
most
insane.
She's
recent
fucking
issue?
dead.
Yeah,
That's
but
what they said.
I think she
I don't
was.
know who
I
else
think
that'd
they were.
be.
issue?
Yeah,
They're flashing back to it.
it was a flashback thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like a flashback.
That was
makes sense.
pre Wolverine's transformation.
Yeah.
too. That was talking.
That was
back
when he was still a
part of
freedom
the team.
fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I have to say this. Out of every single one of these series, this one has the most action. And as far as comics goes, that's fine.
I love the
That's
art.
fine.
The art is
Like,
it's so
it's-
good.
it is
like
sweet.
every issue there's a fight
The
that's
art,
cool.
it's
The fight in that last one when
Was
he has
crazy.
the claws,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah,
just
it's just-
open,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Sabretooth regrowing his bone arm in the middle of the fight and
Yeah.
keep going with it.
Like,
it's so
I love
cool.
Sabretooth in this one.
If we're
too.
gonna be
He's
surface
great.
level with it, this one has the most fucking action out of all 11 of these.
Action,
It does
are
have a
you
great
lot of
kidding me?
art,
action.
just
Yeah.
blood.
him
and-
holding
It's
all
just-
the heads on his claws.
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I love Wolverine
All the
being the Winter
soldiers being
Soldier
scared of
is
him.
such a good idea.
Yes,
like
it's an
it's
interesting
perfect.
one.
He's already just an animal.
And I've been telling you guys this, but like they're keeping they're keeping the Winter Soldier lore but merging it with Logan.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like Sabretooth is basically in the role of Captain America as far as Winter Soldier lore goes.
right?
Yeah.
There's the
I like
parallel
good guys
there.
They
Sabretooth,
they
man.
I
fought
do
in the
too.
war together and now they're trying to like get
And
them back.
Natasha's
stuff.
in this
little-
one.
Natasha's in it.
Natasha's
it's just
in it. He's got the weakness. He's
Like-
got the weakness. Well, speaking of redheads, fucking Jean.
Yeah,
she's
that's
just
crazy.
Yeah.
She's
Tied up in
tied up with Xavier's brain,
chemicals.
keeping
Yeah.
her
Xavier
alive.
is
Straight up.
Cerebro or
Yeah.
whatever.
Cerebellum.
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 Yeah.
Up, man. It is
It's
called
a
cerebellum.
distinct difference, but
Damn, bro,
no,
I'm sorry.
the art is amazing, and that one
is cool.
panel of just her being crucified with all
Yes.
just
It was-
the tubes. And
it's
the brain
freaky.
on the
and she's
spine,
fucking
mechanical spine
skinny
thing.
and emaciated.
This one makes
emaciated.
Wolverine feel like an SCP. It's like how the people like talk to him. It's like this guy is, as you were
Everyone's-
saying, it's like he's just a beast, but he's like a different creature.
Yeah.
It's like neither side entirely knows how to control him or what's going on with him,
Baba
and neither
Yaga.
does the audience. We're like, what's
He's
going to
just
happen?
like a
You
mythical
never know.
monster. And
I'm
like,
just so happy that Winter Soldier lore is being implemented
being
into
used.
this. Like,
yeah.
I will say
not
for
throwing
a
it
series whose title character has not done like a lot because he's not really like the central focus of it.
doesn't-
He
Yeah.
has so much fucking aura.
He
I
doesn't
love
even
the new design.
have
It
on
is
him.
crazy.
He doesn't even have a thought bubble until like the 3rd issue.
yeah.
And
The
that's
4th one, even.
That gives
I
it
think.
such an interesting feeling, though, like watching him and his
Just-
point of view, but not his.
But not
Yeah,
knowing
we-
what he's thinking is just seeing him just do his mission. No, he's
We
just
were saying this earlier.
walking
He's
in,
kind of like Superman.
killing
Like,
things.
he's just a character in his own story. He's just like
but,
flowing through
But
it.
they actually show what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's
true.
what
Yeah,
I really
that's-
like
you spend
about
way
it.
more
Is you
time
do
with
see
it.
him go on the missions, and it's so good. The Nightcrawler fight when he
was
just
pretty
picks up
sick.
the M16,
Yeah, that
starts
being the
speaking
first
a
issue-
sermon and is like teleporting all around
Yeah.
him.
Oh my god.
It's
Nightcrawler
gnarly,
shooting the
though.
gun and teleporting all around.
It's like Logan is always a damaged character that everyone's trying to like support and be like, we love you, man. And it's like this one, they just
love you,
fuck him
man.
even more. It's like it's so
Yeah,
hard.
like how are you
It's
gonna bring
it's
him back
hard
from
to
this,
read,
dude?
It's like it's sick, and at the same point, I'm like,
Dude.
this dude's just goring up everyone, and I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, wake
All
up,
of his
man.
the
Right, yeah,
camp,
it's
the
wake
campfire talk when he's like, "Please kill me if I turn evil."
Sabretooth.
And the fact that we see that in issue 5 when he's already killed fucking
All
Mystique
these
and
people.
Nightcrawler.
He's
Oh
like,
no, dude!
I don't want to
it's
kill.
just-
I don't want to
Yeah.
kill my
when he
friend.
wakes up, it's gonna be so sad.
But then him just saying, I can't do that even.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he brings him in, and now next issue he's taking him to
He was-
the camp. So we'll see how that turns out.
I mean, I will say, I kind of said it as a joke earlier. I really don't care about the X-Men that much. Wolverine's cool.
They're cool.
But I really don't care about the X-Men.
No.
So the fact that within that circle of characters, they all know each other through freedom fighting and all that. But Logan is the main character. He's the one who fell out. He's the one who has this tragic story going on. So, like, they're all interesting, but they're all... The story is about what happened to Logan and what's happening to Logan. That's great for me because I don't care about them. You know what I mean? Sabretooth, I really don't give a fuck about. But, like, he's awesome in that motion.
Yeah.
he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's contained while also in some ways feeling like the most widely connected with the blurbs at the end and how
Yes.
the interconnected like
those are
military
all the little
is. Yeah, it's
blurbs are-
interesting.
the-
I actually read the entire thing, and sometimes
Yeah.
with comics,
Always.
I'm like, I don't want to
Always.
The
read that.
Nightcrawler prayer.
always,
Yeah.
man, always.
hit.
I read all that.
Hit. It was so good.
It's cool.
gay as fuck, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
No, not like gay as in, like, I meant like it was like they had feelings for each other.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
That's what
But-
that's how I felt.
Man,
Yeah.
where are we
And
putting this?
throwing in Natasha is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think this
I
one
wanna
is
put it in
easy
A.
A or B.
I think it's an A. Hands down.
Really? I think it's still B because
I love the action.
I think
love
I'm
all the
okay with
art,
B.
And the story is.
I mean, just
The
knowing
story's
what's
not the
coming
best.
next, looking at the fucking slate, like this is probably.
I absolutely enjoy it, but I think
it's very,
because
very
of
fun.
how it doesn't connect a huge amount, it's a little bit more of a like a side story sort of. But it's like I do love it. I
Yeah.
like it a lot.
It is very much
I
like
mean-
a pocket story.
Yeah,
within
Yeah.
the
yeah,
Ultimate
which is not a
Universe.
bad thing.
No, especially with the connections to the Makers Council.
Yeah.
I really, really love that.
But I think just because of that, I'm okay with it being around. B.
This is not a criticism, but this one takes at least brain power to understand. Like,
It's pretty-
This is just cool. This is
but
just
it's
cool
involved
shit.
sometimes.
I think it's just
involved
weirdly
more than-
structured. I think like the first 3 issues
I'm gonna put it in a
maybe
B.
could have been turned into
Yeah.
one issue, and I think like I don't know. I just think like we follow Logan a lot without getting anything from him. I think it should be about the other characters. So that
Yeah.
makes it a B. For
B is good. B is good.
But it's a banger.
All right,
And now we're gonna
all right.
cut camera.
cut.
Absolute Martian Man.
Okay. Or you're,
Peak.
Yeah. Aliens.
We are back.
Martians, mindfuckers.
The next one
Martian
up is
Mindfucker.
Absolute Martian Mindfucker.
the best one.
This is so good. So have
This-
you guys read much Martian Manhunter? Do you guys have much?
Yeah, come on. No, I don't know. I haven't read a single Martian
neither.
Manhunter comic.
You guys-
I don't know really
hell
anything
no.
about
So,
him.
have you,
I only
Aaron?
know him through like Justice League stuff.
Yeah,
my
me too.
like my favorite
Ultimate-
comic of all time is Justice League New Frontier, and I think that gives him a lot of good focus. And then the Justice League like cartoon,
Justice League Unlimited, the one where he's like with Clark Kent, like Superman at his house and stuff. It's
Right.
like
For
that was
Christmas?
great. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a nice-
It's like
that's a nice
I think that's the most I know about him. So
I can make
there's
it
got to be
fit.
some great runs out there. Honestly, reading
Yeah, I'm
this
sure.
makes me want to read
I
more
want to look
I've
more
really
into him.
never like got into Martian Manhunter lore at all.
No,
Me
me
neither.
neither. All I
And,
know
like,
is from Young Justice.
Which makes this
Oh,
even
he's
better.
a-
I
yeah,
think.
Young Justice with
well,
Yeah,
really
'cause
just like
Megan,
Miss
Miss
Martian.
Yeah.
Or
Miss Martian.
Morgan.
Or we, yeah.
What's her name? Yeah.
Megan.
Megan Morris.
Megan Morris, but and then
Yeah.
her being a white Martian and everything, you know,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this one I love. The gimmick is absolutely. I love that kind of shit. In the first one, where you get the light through the back, and it's like
This one
reveals
really,
more
fun.
about him.
yeah,
It's
It's
just-
so
it's
fun.
no,
a
that one
fun,
is a
good time.
good use of medium.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
yeah,
very creative.
the
Yes.
colors are insane, and
The art, the abstractness.
Yeah. And the contrast with like when it looks so plain and boring, it is so plain and boring.
Yeah.
And it's like when it's flashing at you, it's flashing at you.
Like
in the
that
best
first
way.
issue with him like just getting out of the explosion and like, you know, everything is very plain and that's what everybody else is seeing.
Yep.
But then
Yeah.
and it cuts to him where he's talking to his boss
Yeah.
and like one side of the page is like normal view
All time.
and then he's like, "Are you sure you're feeling all right?" And then it cuts to the next
Insane.
side and his vision is just shapes and colors
Yep.
and nothing
Smoke
looks the
coming
same
off
and smoke
everyone.
the smoke being his
It's
mind
sick.
reading
Yeah.
like power. I love
Yeah.
it. It's so
It's so
such
cool.
a cool medium for him to use that.
Yeah. And
It
the
is-
alien just being everywhere, it's like
Yeah, like just popping up and being like, "Hey, here I am."
if we're talking about changing like what their main universe counterpart is, this
which
is
I guess we
literally
don't know.
Completely
We don't know the best version of that because we haven't read a lot of it.
Because
But
I mean,
from what
isn't
we
in the
know-
main universe, isn't he literally just a Martian? Like,
Yeah,
he's just a
obviously,
Martian.
yeah.
but he is like a detective and that kind of stuff. So I bet there's
Right.
pieces of this kind of stuff. But it's like, I mean, I don't
But
know.
that's
So,
just that's
from
just
what I
like
know, it's
his human
amazing.
persona because he shapeshifts just into
Yeah.
a person
Yeah,
and then
yeah, it's
deals as a
different.
detective.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this
This
they're
one
two
is-
separate entities.
Yeah.
It's basically like
But like in
As far as we know.
As
you know, yeah,
know.
when the first issue went on, Jonas and Isha and I were talking about like, well, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Is it a human that was possessed? Is it like potentially he could have been a Martian the whole time, and then because of his weakness to fire, which we assume is carrying over, the explosion like fucks with his memory, and maybe he just thinks he is the fake life he was. Like,
Yeah.
kind of putting on
human
like
We don't know if
almost like a
he's-
Swamp Thing,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of Swamp Thing kind of deal. This series, it has the mystery that Absolute Green Lantern's bringing. It has the action that Batman and Wonder Woman are bringing. I mean, it's like it's doing everything. It's just doing everything so good. You should already put it in S tier because we already know where it's
we
going.
already know.
It goes there.
Well,
It goes
and
there.
even just like the commentary on social structures.
Yes.
Like in the second one specifically, just I mean, there's only two, obviously.
Yeah.
Fucking
which
idiot.
is crazy
But
because like
just-
we already love it this much.
right.
yeah.
Two
But
issues
the
in.
second one, then him like you know the bad guy being just a crazy redneck who is a UFO believer.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
awesome.
it was so cool.
But it gives
And-
you glimpses into other people's minds. It's
Right.
about collective mental health.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And
And,
then-
and seeing how the aliens like, okay, I know what this guy's like, pretend to be his buddy here.
Yeah.
It's like that's a cool use of it too.
Yeah,
It's like,
him,
oh.
and then even just him, like the Martian diving into the
Yeah.
bad guy's brain and
yeah.
like going in and like finding all the
Helping
bad
him out.
memories and
Yeah,
erasing it,
so
and then
cool.
him slowly just realizing he's like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah.
and him seeing the people that he just killed, and he's like looking
Yeah.
at it all. He's like, "What is happening?"
It's about how smoking dope makes you dope.
It's about yeah, no, exactly.
It's about smoking.
Smoke.
Smoking cigarettes is cool and makes you fucking superhero.
Makes you a
awesome.
super guy.
Well, that's why I think maybe they are actually the same entity because the Martian dives into the other person, but John still sees all his memories without being
So wouldn't that mean they are
connected-
separate?
connected into the
Wouldn't that mean there are two entities?
I can
No, but
still,
he like dives into the other the shooter, but John still sees all the memories of the shooter.
I would
without-
argue
I get
that
what he's saying.
Without-
Okay,
I get
see.
what you're saying, but I would argue still that could still mean that they're like two separate entities, but they're still
bonded.
linked mentally.
be,
like
yeah.
that.
It
So
could be.
He'll still see it.
When he jumps out of the dude remains, you know. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like there is that. I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, that's like his powers. Quote,
yeah,
like
right.
his
Okay,
powers
right. It's
are
not a
taking-
thing jumping. It's,
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
It might be just be like a visual representation of mind,
mean,
mind
definitely,
reading.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
it would
so.
be a cool twist to make them separate entities, but the way
I think
I'm
either
reading
way
it,
would be a twist.
or I think sorry, yeah. The way I'm reading it is that they're separate entities. I think it would be a cool twist that actually he was a Martian this whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
I think either way,
But I
I'd be
don't
like
think that's-
interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
and then
interesting either
they
way.
Kind,
It
they
has
kind
that
of
mystery.
Also,
Yeah.
like
hint at it in the beginning because he has a son, he has a wife, he has a kid, and the kid is very disconnected and like he doesn't speak, he's nonverbal. Like they talk about taking him to speech classes, and he has a hobby where he likes to mess with clay. And in the first issue, when John comes home and his wife is like, "Oh, go say hi to your son," so he goes in there, and then he's like, "Oh, what are you working on, kid?" Do you remember what his name is?
No.
I don't remember. His name. Boy. Yeah, he's like, "What are you working on, boy?" And he's obviously doesn't say anything, but he's working on like just a little clay model of him and his mom. And then he's like, "Oh, those are so good. Where's Daddy?" And then he points.
That's awesome.
He points, and it's just the Martian, just like just being all freaky.
So.
But that's how his son sees him, is as an alien.
Or is it how he sees himself?
Or-
and he did make a clay version of the dude, and the dude's like seeing the alien.
And he's just
or he
tweaking
doesn't
out.
recognize himself.
Or
anymore.
or that, because also right before that, he's like, "I drove past my house 3 times. I don't recognize it every time."
Yeah. This
yeah.
deep discomfort with like suddenly, I can't remember the word for it. There's something for the fear that everything around you looks the same, but it's been swapped out overnight or whatever. It's kind of that vibe.
Oh,
of like,
yeah.
He's living his same life, but suddenly everything
Something's
around him
just
is different.
off.
Everything is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's
has
very
it
cool.
always been this way?
Right,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe he's the one
Yeah.
that's off.
But it belongs to be. It absolutely belongs to the top.
It's
and you
like-
have
It's
to
so
read
good.
it. It's,
Yeah.
it's like so
No,
interesting.
if you're not going to read any other ones,
read
this
I would
one
agree
you
with
have
that.
to
You
read.
have to read this one. out of all of them.
Definitely the coolest use of gutter space I think I've seen.
It's very
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
yeah,
Yeah, it's very meta in the best
The
way.
second when the shooter is like the car chase, him
It's
driving through the
ridiculous.
town and it's all blank space, gutter space, and then
Yeah.
you have the big shooter just like walking
Walking
through
through it,
this
yeah.
through
Yeah.
the towns.
Immigrants hiding within the very own architecture
Yeah,
that's
it
supposed
was
to be their
insane.
home.
He's just huge
dude,
and
it's so
ominous.
good.
Yeah.
And then them comparing even the immigrants, to aliens, obviously was just pretty cool because they were just like the shooter went on a rant and he was just all like, "Oh, all these like these fakes, like they think like you can tell the differences because they get the skin color wrong." So obviously, he's a white supremacist, and he's like they can't get the language right. It's just foreign languages, different parts of the world, and just that all being compared to that. Obviously, they reveal later that he was possessed by an alien, but that was just a good example of that. There are people who think this way,
Yeah.
and that under the right circumstances can be pushed to do these things like that and to think that way.
I think this one's playing so much with the meta. We're in an absolute universe. It's like everything's familiar but completely different. So it's people like that I think that Martian Manhunter can like relate to because it's like he's on to shit. There are aliens and this world is
Right.
not
Yeah,
how it's
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be. But how he's viewing it and how he was going about it was horrible and wrong.
Right.
But I think that it's like the most commentarical about itself. I think about the universe, but in like the most interesting, best way. Yeah.
sure.
I think the art of this series speaks to my
Ridiculous.
stylistic like tastes and preferences the most. I love kind of flat colors and the bright and just the use of color.
The best colors.
I think
Green.
I like very geometric and kind of hard and like outlined characters and I mean I don't know. It's this like I said earlier, it has the mystery. Like, what is
Yeah.
the White Martian? Because I think
He's like digital.
I think something we can all agree on is that he's not actually a Martian, right? Like, clearly he's
Yeah,
not
no.
an alien.
They're not from Mars.
Right.
Like, well, he talked about his origin. He's from this theoretical space of just thought.
Of just thought and imagination.
And now
He just
he's
calls
here.
him the
Feeling, yeah.
a Martian
Yeah.
because Martian is a general term for something alien and
Right.
something unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And so I just like, what is the White Martian? Because in normal continuity, it's literally just
They're
Martians.
just Martians.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
they're
So
just two separate races of it.
it has
and-
that mystery of like what is going on. Clearly, this guy doesn't understand. Like our green Martian does not understand how humans work. He doesn't even have a
No.
concept of distance, right? He's telling John, he's like,
the distance thing was cool.
yeah, he's like, hey, this is gonna happen
Oh,
in
yeah.
30 minutes. This is gonna happen in 10 minutes. This is gonna happen in 8 minutes. Like he doesn't realize like
He doesn't understand fucking space.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
like John isn't there. Like just because he knows it's gonna happen, it doesn't.
Okay.
What happens in your mind also happens.
Oh, dude.
that's a good
fucking
one.
That's a
cool.
bar,
It's
man.
awesome. Yeah.
I love the alien
So-
popping out of the cigarette and on the street signs and turning into
Yes.
the baby.
That whole beginning
Yeah.
couple
Yes.
pages
Him
with
yelling
him.
at the baby,
Yeah,
it's
that
like-
was so funny.
And he's got his feet up on the dash. He's hanging out with John in the
Yeah.
car. Oh,
they're
dude.
just it's a
It's a buddy
freaky
cop.
buddy cop
It's a buddy
X Files. It's just
is.
X Files, but with a fucking mind fucker, and it's so great.
Well, if they're keeping like original Martian Manhunter lore, like maybe the White Martian drawn out the Green Martian out of the theoretical space into Earth,
Oh, maybe.
because like
yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
they
they could be
invaded or
from the
something,
same
or just-
place.
yeah, they're from the same place, and the White Martians is just taking over or
So-
something. Yeah,
right,
Who
Well,
I
then
want to see.
why-
Go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
Who I want to see interact, and this is a crazy thing to say. I want to see this guy and Mirror Master interacting, because Mirror Master's like the grand spectator of the big changes of everything, and the Green Martian, despite not knowing how the world should be, knows that it's not how it should be.
Right.
So I think seeing
Oh, yeah.
these two be like, Mirror Master's just jumping around, seeing everything is just like. He's from this universe, but he has no he's just like, this is all kinds of wrong and
This is
things are
weird.
happening out of sync. That was in the free issue, by the way, so that's not on the
Comic
list.
Day. Check out that other video if you
Yeah,
want to see
that's
that.
true. We did talk about it a little.
but also
Free comic
the Green Martian like doesn't know why he's here, but the only line he gives
Yeah.
is just like, "I'm here to get rid of bad vibes."
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally.
Which, like,
yeah.
like
how
like
amazing.
that's
He's the bad
funny
vibe
and
killer.
all, but like we
What does
know
that
this
mean?
universe is made
Bad
off
vibes.
of bad
Literally
vibes
dark
because of
side
dark side
energy.
energy.
He is
Like,
the anti-absolute. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the League coming together, and you have all these fucking
Yeah, you just have a
crazy
guy with
people,
a
and then you have
tweaker, like-
John.
You just got some schizophrenic guy.
So you know how we were all arguing about everything else in this one unilaterally up, and we're all just like glazing it. It's like, you got to read this.
No,
thing.
this
No,
is
like-
like
I
this
was not
deserves
expecting
the
a ton, and
glaze.
it's like
you
it is
saw how
blasting
much
me
we
away.
argued over the rest of them. This
Yeah.
one's easily S tier or whatever.
all-
it
and we
says
all
right
agree
now.
on
It's
it.
just
That's the thing. None of us are
absolutely
arguing that this isn't
Yeah.
an S tier. We
Yeah.
all agree it is.
And
And it's a Martian Manhunter book.
Yeah,
I don't know shit about him.
Martian Manhunter, like,
I like Martian
That's
Manhunter.
my
I said earlier, I like green
Yeah.
characters. I like Doom. I like Green Lantern. I
Lantern.
like
Green.
Martian Manhunter. I like Ben 10. Fucking dude, if it's green,
I like the
I'm
Green
in.
Power Ranger.
Dang.
Fucking Tommy. He's a goat.
do not look at what this guy was searching about Gamora.
He likes her a little too much.
What?
Gumby.
I like this guy. I like
Gumby.
Bone Crusher. He's green.
Hulk.
Look at that guy.
I'm very interested to see how
Abomination.
green as like a
Below-ed.
concept amongst the absolute universe is going to connect with the Green Lantern, considering they also exist within
Right.
the green spectrum
Yeah,
of light.
because
Yeah.
John talks about, he's like the voices when he first like starts hearing the Martian. He's like, the green voice is talking to me. I don't know how, but it's just green. So he obviously
Man.
views
Sees it as
the Martian
green,
as
yeah.
just green. So maybe that will
And
connect
so-
with the Green Lantern since they're leaning so heavily with color.
And we've talked about colors with stuff. Wonder Woman's eyes change when she uses magic. There's a lot of
That's kind of how I
She
read
has a
it. so
green
it's
lasso.
It's not quite clear. She doesn't have a green lasso.
right. I think
three.
I don't know. To me, I feel like that's exactly what it is, but it could be else to that.
That's
It's all tied
could
to the
be.
emotional spectrum.
Yeah. And I want to see Martian Manhunter looking at the Green Lanterns. They're all in the color of their rings, and one of them are off. It's like, that's what I want to see. That'd be fucked up. Ultimates.
But yeah,
Ultimate.
Martian Manhunter easily S tier.
Yeah.
two Dennis Camp books back to back.
I didn't even know he's writing for this one, or is it art? No, he's writing.
No,
No,
he's writing for
okay.
Martian Manhunter and the Ultimates.
Arguably
writing
the
for both
best
of them?
book of both lines too. Like
Insane.
Yeah, he's on a crazy run. He really
He's
is.
cooking. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
The Ultimates being chronological and also so
This one works very well episodically
they're
too
all
because it's all
one-offs.
just
yeah, it's like they're
Yeah.
all one-offs, but they're also building.
they're fighting the
great.
same fight.
Yeah, and they
Find
give
the
a
good
whole
fight.
issue
it's all
to,
one fight.
Power to all people, man.
They give a whole
Oh,
issue
the
to
Luke
Luke Cage.
The
Cage
Luke Cage
issue.
issue.
They
I
give
love
a
that
whole
one.
issue to
It's about power, man.
yeah. It's like they give a whole
about
issue
power,
to
man.
just Asgard in huge panel fantasy
Poem-wise,
poetry.
yeah.
It's like each story, even though this is like the glue of the Ultimate Universe, they're like getting freaky with
They're
it,
also
which
different.
I love.
Yeah.
It's like
Every
they're playing it
single
not
issue.
safe.
I love Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Hawkeye in this is so badass.
Very cool.
Every single issue just introduces a character or just changes the game.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
just like what? Like
It's
how is
crazy.
it so episodic but also
Yeah.
telling the basically this series tells the lore of the universe basically.
Yeah.
Like you don't All the other ones
But
are
it's
pretty
so-
much.
They're more focused on their
Yeah.
story.
It's so sensitive about the characters. Like they're giving Captain America his stuff with like Bucky and Red Skull and
Yeah,
like,
Bucky is
political
Red
stuff.
Skull. Like
I love
what?
him-
And then
him
they'll give
and
one
Jane's
to
relationship.
Yeah, and then they'll still like give you little previews of what's going on with Iron Man, and they still build it up into like the fight with Hulk. But that relates into
Oh my
the
God, the
Gamma
Hulk
stuff
fight.
that they're doing to the island of the Hulk and
She-Hulk
Yeah,
stuff.
she-
is
She-Hulk.
such a
Yeah.
unique character. I mean, Ant-Man and Janet.
Yeah.
She-Hulk's a brand new
Ant-Man
character.
was literally
She-
just
yeah, all men-
lobotomized.
Yep.
Hank is just
Seriously.
Yeah,
stupid.
Hank is stupid in this.
but he's so funny.
I think he's
love him.
timid.
He's
I think
still-
he's
I
just
love
timid.
him.
Yeah,
He's not a dick
yeah,
like every other Hank Pym.
yeah. It's
He's not abusive. Doom.
Yeah, he's very
Doom. He's just
Yeah.
That's the best issue.
And you get a whole
Yeah.
issue
No,
on
series,
his
yeah.
stuff, and it's so sensitive and like
just the reveal on
They
him
made
looking on
Reed
it.
Doom.
the
Like,
world balances between
That's
these huge
crazy.
things and these little character moments perfectly. Yeah,
Mm.
it's ridiculous.
I don't care about this Doom though because he's not green.
He's not.
You know what? He's got a point. He
No,
doesn't
actually-
even have stretchy powers.
I think
I want him
the
to, though.
dynamic between
That'd be sick.
Tony
Right.
and Doom is so fucking cool. We didn't even talk. Haven't even brought up the fucking
the
Guardians
Guardian- yeah,
issue.
the Guardians
of the
Galaxy.
Are you kidding me? That's, so cool.
That's literally the coolest issue. Like
It is
what?
crazy.
It was just a lore dump, though. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, and America Chavez gets related back into that, but
The
yeah,
fact that there's
That
like
is my only critique.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
what is
that's-
she doing?
yeah,
Like,
she
well,
kind of
doing-
disappeared
She's
for the last
I
year.
feel like they
Yeah.
just don't know what to do with her right now. But I'm sure they do know what to do.
They'll
They'll figure
but
it out.
the
They'll figure
whole
it
like
out.
original timeline, because that's the conceit of this universe, is that the maker first of all used
That's the
time travel
theme of this universe.
But
Yeah.
and so the fact that like you don't even think of that. There's an original. There is a true way this universe should have existed. The fact that they captured that in a fourth dimensional ship and traveled back, it's so cool.
the Century ship.
The,
Yeah.
the
it's
thing
called.
about the maker and the unmaker and Doom and Tony, and one of them's gonna like destroy the world and the other one's gonna save
we,
it, and it's
we all know who it is.
well.
And this
I
one,
mean,
this
come
one is
on.
very much like
But maybe it's a red herring. Maybe they want
Maybe.
you to think
Yeah.
that.
true.
the breaking down of this Reed Richards into being Doom and him keeping that mantle is like so interesting. That
Just as like a reflection of the maker himself and how he
Yeah.
describes
Yeah.
himself.
yeah,
So cool.
exactly.
Yes.
and well, it's just like the maker made him into Doom, but what that Doom is to him now is a symbol of I need to overcome this. You know, it's like it's very interesting. Yeah.
He's no longer Doom. He's
And they're clearly fucking with the time travel Immortus engine.
It's kind of
A
interesting.
little-
that's
like Doom is fucking with it way too much.
He's
And-
playing around.
Iron Man
in
just
Tony
he
now.
just turned it into his arc reactor.
Oh,
Yes.
true. Yeah, yeah,
It's
So
insane.
He's
he
a
literally has a time
time-powered-
machine just in his
Oh,
chest.
man.
yeah. He's obviously the unmaker.
But
Like,
what if it's a red herring?
or there's
but
no
I don't know
one-
how
He's
they would
Kang.
do that. I don't know
He's
how they would
definitely
do that.
Kang. One possible timeline, because there's already possible
Two,
timelines.
yeah.
You know,
Right,
is
true.
that he's Kang at the end of time? He's Kang, and he goes to that original. Like he's the reason why the Maker's trapped in the city, because he goes back and attacks with all.
Yeah,
those
and that
clone
happens in
Avengers.
Ultimate Invasion. That's not even in this series. Like,
Right.
Yeah, and Iron Lad, it's like his stuff with how in the beginning I really felt like this guy is kind of a cocky kid sort of dude.
he's a
And
teenager.
then when he,
We
when
get
he
teenager
gets,
Tony.
He got nuked.
he gets messed up by Hulk,
yeah, that's good.
and like
32 Hiroshimas.
I feel like you already get a sense of like how that damage has made him a more tactical. Like he's only now got infinitely more resolve. It's like before it was like I want to change these things, and now it's a need. It's like now he's on Doom's level
Yeah.
of like they both now need it, which is really cool.
I mean, in the was it the Red Skull issue where Tony like finally woke up from the coma, and I mean the dude is just going through surgery with no anesthesia, and he's just doing a whole play-by-play of what has happened since he's in a coma. So right now he's just locking in on what he needs to do, and he's just like, I need to figure out where everybody's at, where I'm at, and how the hell we're gonna fucking beat the Maker.
this
And
thing.
whatever.
Another thing is we get this universe's Hulk in this series, and he's just like the ultimate villain.
messed
He's
up.
Iron,
Iron
Fist.
Fist.
He's got the Iron Fist. Yeah,
he is
it's
the
crazy.
Was it Quinn Lung? Some
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kunlun.
Kunlun? Yeah.
Dude,
he's-
and that issue when they're like bringing up all the fight moves, it's like it balances stuff with the goofy like
Yeah.
this guy's doing his own.
I
mega
love the
move.
little ninja stuff.
Yeah,
It was
but,
so fun.
But then it's also so like impactful.
yeah,
I mean, he's like literally like not even really in like the physical plane. He's like in the heaven realm or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
it's so
the astral.
He is
something.
arguably the most powerful in this universe right now.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
And they
Yeah.
still, he's
Well,
he's
arguably,
still
like,
cocky, and they
Thor
still
and
kind of put
Sith.
him in his place a
Well,
little.
Thor.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least. I
Well,
mean, I
they
don't
got
know.
fucked up too.
Well,
Yeah,
they
they
went.
did have to run.
That's
Were they
true.
there?
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, were they there? For
I don't
the
think they
whole
were
time?
there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought,
they
I thought
were?
they were
Damn.
too. Yeah, and that's why they went off to Asgard to start what is like
Oh, that's
ultimate
right.
Ragnarok, and I want to see what's going on with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
for real.
They're doing Ragnarok
To have
willingly.
Thor enact that because he's just like,
Make
this
her
world is
fuck
beyond
shit up
messed up.
so
Yeah,
bad.
They have to
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
to reset it with Ragnarok.
He turned dwarves into fucking Amazon, bro.
Yeah. So I'm thinking A.
I'm thinking A, but arguably S. But it's easily A. It's easily A.
Yeah, I would give it an A.
Put it,
Okay,
put
so-
it A. Put it before Superman.
Put it A.
yeah, yeah,
top
yeah.
tier
Put
A.
X-Men before Superman.
What?
No, no, what? No.
No, dude, we can't.
Put that
Nah,
back.
put Superman.
that back.
Put Superman second.
We'll argue for it
sympathizer.
later.
Yeah, and
Alright.
you're gonna be disappointed.
Okay.
Okay.
Now to our most controversial point.
Batman!
Absolute Batman.
It's
This is
so cool.
Batman AF.
Dude. Okay, but
Batman AF.
the one
That was a
line.
little corny, but it was cool as fuck. And also, okay, listen.
It is corny, but
Can I just say, okay, so Scott Snyder has written so much Batman before. I mean, we read Court of Owls.
read-
That was
yeah.
how this podcast started.
Heck yeah, brother.
And fucking, he loves Batman. He loves this character. And just I've watched so many YouTube interviews and he the way he talks about the absolute universe, which he's kind of heading.
He's a big part of it.
It's him and Joshua Williams. Those two are like the Hickman of the absolute, where they're kind of leading it and they wrote all the plans before. Hearing how he talks about like Batman and how passionate and how like just caring he is for this character, and then watching it on screen
On page.
on the
He's
page.
earned- He's earned the Batman mantle.
I mean,
over
it's
and over.
so cool, and so like
Okay, but
yes,
he wrote
you
Batman
can
Who
tell
Laughs.
there's just
So-
there's love in this.
Shut up. He wrote. He
Pure
made
joy.
Batman Who
Yeah.
Laughs. He didn't turn it into the shitty things that I hate about
We
it.
won't
He
talk
did.
about that.
And
no, don't.
like okay, so Batman AF, that line, that one
that was
panel.
a dumb, corny.
It's corny,
one line.
but it's like when you
just
hear
Batman
it,
as fuck.
But it makes sense. But that's the thing.
But
It
it's-
really is just Batman.
it's just
as
a
fuck.
little self-indulgent, but it's like it is.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's Batman as fuck, dude.
Like it's so different from the normal Batman. Really, just because he's broke. Because that is such a huge
Yeah.
part of Bruce.
I will
as a
say,
character,
I feel
is
like that
being
is pretty irrelevant. He's
It's
like
he
he's got
still
the
has
Bat
so many
tank.
resources.
Yeah.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is that they're different though. They're not
Yes.
high tech. It's
Right.
more mechanical and it's more just obviously he designed. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the difference between white collar Batman and blue collar Batman.
Crazy gadget.
But
No,
he's
of course
also
he does. But this Batmobile is a fucking excavator. Like what the fuck?
Okay, you don't build that on a construction payment.
Yes,
though,
you do. Because
Hell
this guy's
no.
doing it. Yeah.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it with his money. He didn't
No.
buy all this. He just used the resources of his
He
job.
just has
Built
a
it.
ton of metal and he's just forming it into whatever the hell he wants.
and the fact that he has this network, that his rogues are his homies,
Yes.
and his
Yeah.
network, and they're
It's
using
the
them.
crew.
with them.
He's
He
got the
grew up with
crew.
them.
They're using the Riddler's genius and the Penguin's dirty connections and Two Faces they use
Legal
the law and he
aspects,
gets the
yeah.
inside information and the Croc,
then Croc is his
the
trainer.
Croc's his trainer. I mean, come
Like
on.
it's so fun. I
It's
love
so
it.
awesome.
And he's so badass. And
He's huge.
he's huge.
He's big and he has
He's
an
the bat
axe.
brick.
He's a big
yeah,
boy.
His logo, it looks dumb as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
It
I
looks
like it.
stupid.
I like it. I don't
No.
care. I
I
like
don't- I
it.
don't
An
like
axe.
it.
That's why it looks like that.
That's what obviously no, and that's the thing. That's why it's cool because it's an axe.
I thought it was cool before that. I liked
no,
it.
I liked
you're,
it.
Okay, you're wrong. But
He's got ear
it
knives
is
and
cool.
kicks
No.
kids.
The ear knives, the fucking shoulder
He
spikes,
kicks kids.
his cape legs are so
The
cool.
bat thumb thing.
Yeah,
oh
and
man.
he just uses it to like grab onto people's weapons and
Grapple
pull them
them.
in, and then he
or
like turns
spike
them into
through them.
stills.
It's sharp. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
when he grabbed the guy with his spikes and was just fighting with him on him.
the Bowser spikes.
The
dude.
Bowser
Bowser's
spikes.
back
He's got
turtle
that shit
spikes.
on him.
The black mask fight, the second one.
That was sick,
the second
yeah.
part the bowling ball, and he's just like Black Mass is just about to start monologuing, and he's just keep talking, and just feeding him with it.
And guys, Mr. Freeze, like it's being
He's
this
a Wendigo.
weird
He's just a
Wendigo
weird
horror
Wendigo
character.
Freak, man.
They're all
Freak.
different.
I think what this is it's John Wick Batman. It's like he's got a group of people that are within his circle, but he's out there alone. And straight up in the beginning, they've got money on his head, and it's like, you know, no one's on his side, which is normal
Right.
Batman, but it's to an extent where it's like not only is he on his own, but he's being hunted by, you know, Alfred, which is interesting. He's getting
Yeah, we didn't talk
hunted
about
by-
Alfred.
yeah.
That was so
Oh my
cool,
God.
man.
It's like, yeah,
Alfred
I think
is
it's
still-
John Wick Batman, and
he's
if that's what you
still
want,
in-
that's what it is.
in MI6.
It's funny
Yeah.
you say that like this is John Wick Batman, because when I was watching the John Wick movies, going in, I'm like, it's just schlock, it's stupid, it's bad, I don't get it, I don't get why people like it. Then I watch it, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like Batman.
It's the execution.
It's about
Batman.
perseverance. It's about just getting back up and fighting because
and
you're
the
a
heart
badass.
of one tragedy
Yes.
and letting that never, you know, it's never not worth it to keep going for it. You know, it's like they'll be
One
like,
must
yeah.
imagine Sisyphus happy.
And the art is so good, guys.
It is really good.
Okay,
Dragoda.
Well, okay,
Dragoda,
the
man.
newest
It's good.
issue I
Well-
felt like was pretty bad.
And I was gonna say the Wendigo, and there's that one break issue. I forget which one it was,
yeah.
but
It was like 5.
yeah, that one was okay. It's still like I think the art itself still looked good. Like all the colors looked great, but just the characters looked a little off. But
Yeah.
I think it's just because I got used to the
Okay.
obviously the
Face
original
is
artist.
so small, and it's so fucking
Yes.
distracting.
No, you know what? I do agree with that. His face is
He do
very
got a little
small.
head
He does look
and
a little
big
weird,
body.
but you don't see it because he's wearing the mask. But
Yeah.
whenever he's Bruce,
Yeah,
it looks
it's weird looking.
It is
Yeah.
weird.
But usually what he's doing is
But
like
he's-
interesting enough. I
Well,
don't
he's
care that it looks weird.
24. Like, what?
He's so well.
He's a
Also,
fucking-
his mom's alive.
Yeah.
He's not an orphan.
Which has made less of an impact than I thought it would.
I genuinely,
no,
yes.
I agree.
I was
Which
gonna
think is
say that
indicative of his
exactly.
character.
I feel like,
yes.
and maybe they have more plans with her, but it's just who cares?
I bet
She's
they will.
alive.
Well,
I'm sure they
hopefully
will.
they will.
She, I think it's
Well, right
more
now
about
with-
just like giving her an arc with Mayor Gordon. I was gonna
Right.
say
Oh yeah,
Commissioner.
Jim Gordon's a mayor.
But this is so caught up in his fighting and how he fights and what he fights for and how he gives no shits about Alfred and these other things coming in, and he makes the deal and then burns all the money. It's like,
Oh my God.
he is
The money
impeccably
burning.
non-stoppable Batman.
Yeah.
So it is.
Something that I heard Scott Snyder say in one of the interviews is literally just about in the past when he's been writing Batman, he was Batman, right? But now when he's writing this, he's Alfred, and Batman is almost like his son, where it's like it's this kid born into this fucked up world where there's no way you're ever gonna succeed, but there's this young kid who's like, I'm gonna fight the system and win, and it's like, yeah, you're not the first one to think that, but then he goes,
But he's doing
and
it.
he keeps going, and he doesn't stop, and the system doesn't
can't
knock him
stop him.
down,
No,
and
it
it
can't.
can't, and he's unstoppable.
Unstoppable Batman.
And it's like the scene where it's like, oh, I love how he doesn't have one bat cave. He has all the bat caves.
Yeah.
And even
Oh,
when
and
they
they're high.
find
And
it,
up.
they make a
even
bat
when
signal.
they find it, it's like he's in the bat signal.
That
He
part is
thought about that.
ridiculous,
It's
bro.
so cool.
It's so fun. I love
It's
it.
so
Ridiculous.
cool.
We gotta
And
talk
him
about-
being like Alfred recognizing that this dude is extra as fuck is
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
He's just like, what are you doing?
Because that's
But-
Bruce.
But yes,
Why would you have
he's
everything
so
bat
extra?
themed?
That is absolute Batman right there. That's
He is
Batman
absolute
kind of just
Batman.
aura farming the
AF.
whole time.
And that's what
Yeah.
Batman is.
Yeah.
Batman's greatest power is his aura.
Yeah.
Let's be so fucking for real.
Okay, we gotta talk about Joker. Like, he is crazy in this.
Joker's a
He's
freak.
rich and he's a freak.
He's doing the
He
main
doesn't laugh.
Batman. The main
He's-
Batman, like
he killed the
They've,
League of
like,
Shadows.
barely showed
He
him.
killed the
No.
League of Shadows or whatever it's called.
He's
killed-
creating Arkham. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead
Right.
of say him getting put in Arkham, he's like
creating it.
creating it. You know.
But
Like,
then also apparently
he is
he's
clearly
with
part-
he's with some like church.
Yeah.
He's with like some weird cult thing.
That's what I was gonna say. He's
Right.
clearly part of some higher society, and Black Mass is working for him.
Right.
Well, allegedly. We
Well,
don't really
supposedly. I'm sure he's
And
like
he's the
like
big bad somewhere down the
like
line.
yeah.
get it. And like, I want to like,
He's goon of
I
a
want to
goon.
assume that like like that's crazy that Joker is gonna be this character, but he might be like the connecting piece as like the higher society member of all the series.
Yeah.
Because
Think
it
so.
seems like Lazarus Corp is big enough to be under Joker's umbrella.
Well-
Because it just seems like Joker is just so rich and so powerful right now.
So
Right.
so Brainiac in the newest
Brainiac,
issue
yeah.
was saying, "Hey, I'm doing stuff for Ra's al Ghul, which is insane. He's that high up, And if Joker has taken out the League of Shadows, maybe we've got two conflicting entities with Joker's Lazarus and Ra's al Ghul's
Yeah.
Brainiac.
Right.
But Black Mask is clearly working for a Joker.
No,
Yeah,
100%.
but I think it's control versus like cosmic almost. It's like
Yeah.
True.
Well, because isn't the church called like the Church of the Fourth World, right?
Yeah.
And that's a new God's thing.
That's like a
Yes,
dark side
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I want
he'll
absolute new
probably
gods.
he'll probably be the
Absolute Mr.
connecting
Miracle.
thing with
Yeah,
Darkseid. Is
seriously.
like their
Yeah.
whole church or whatever will probably somehow either bring Darkseid to them or bring them to Darkseid.
Oh, did we just cut?
Oh,
how
well,
long ago?
S.
We've got an S. I've got
We
an
got
S.
it.
Put on S. Put
We
on
gotta-
S.
I gotta say
No,
this.
no.
Nah, it's a B.
Batman action,
S.
no one can complain.
Some of the best Batman
But-
action ever.
the storytelling
Story-wise-
and like as far as like
and-
the character development goes, like it's
And in relevancy
weaker than
to
the
all
other
the
ones.
others.
It's weaker than the other ones.
yeah, for sure.
I think still though, other than like Martian Manhunter, when I see this as like that week's issue, I'm like, it's a fun week.
I'm always excited for him.
Yeah.
But I think
Even
I'm
more
always-
than Wolverine.
I think
No, me too.
definitely
me too.
above Wolverine and B or bottom of A. I think that's where I'm at.
I would
Yeah,
even.
I
I would
agree.
say, me personally, I would say in front of X-Men, right behind Superman.
Okay.
I would put it in between Ultimates and Superman personally.
Damn.
I know,
Wow.
and that's one of the only reasons why I'm hesitant on it. But I think either behind or in front of Wolverine.
B for
Okay.
Batman,
be-
dude.
Well, if we want to be fair, then just put it in A in the back.
No,
No, put it
in
top
front
of
of
B.
Wolverine.
Put it top of B.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got to
B for
All
Batman.
right, all right.
for
concede.
Batman.
B for
I'm
Batman.
happy
There we
with
go.
where that's at.
Alrighty.
next.
Ryan, you want to start this?
The Hickman.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to
That's awesome.
suck this shit off.
He is.
Live for you to see.
He's been salivating.
Ultimate
Yeah, he's
Spider-Man, dude. Chichetto is probably the best Spider-Man artist ever. Like straight
It's-
up,
I
straight
agree
up,
with that.
straight
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
straight
Dude,
up,
the
straight up,
art,
straight up.
like the characters both in costume and out. It's like MJ looks amazing. Peter looks amazing. It's like
No.
all of them look so good, you know?
How like
really
why
do.
is the Christmas issue like the best like facial structure I've ever seen in a comic book?
No,
like
seriously,
literally, that's crazy.
all
I
the
was gonna even
faces
say,
are so
like,
charismatic.
With MJ and her sister, like you can clearly tell them apart.
Yeah,
They don't just
yeah.
look like copy paste.
Yep.
It's just MJ with short hair.
Also, they make everyone baddies in this. Like
For sure.
even
They're-
even
they're
the
so
men are
bad.
fucking
Look at
hot
this
for
guy.
no reason, bro.
Yeah.
What is this?
But here's the thing.
Punisher.
That
He has,
kind
he has the exact same face as every other guy.
I was gonna say,
True.
Chichetto is really good at art, and you were talking about how the
just
distinguishable.
Peter.
Chichetto does kind of draw every guy looking like Peter, and
That's true, damn.
A lot of women do look like MJ.
All the
but-
girls have like the sharp nose and
Yeah.
like yeah,
But
but,
the-
it's just detailing and shading. Like it's just the suit looks so good. The suit,
Yeah.
bro.
So
Okay, I was saying
The
I was gonna put it
landscape.
at B, but honestly, now that I think about it, like with the whole like Savage Lands and Craven, and then going into Mysteria, like okay, it's
If we're gonna
there's
talk,
no way it can't
if we're
be a
gonna
B.
talk pacing, this shit is fucking trash. But
yeah, it.
like,
Better than
why
Black
are the,
Panther.
like,
It's a little slow.
I think pacing's inconsistent. Sometimes it's killing it, and sometimes it's fucking around with it.
Well,
Yeah.
the first 6 issues are not even an arc, if you want to be real, and then the only arc we get after that is 3 issues long,
Yeah.
and we're already like 15 in.
I guess-
16.
Where are we at? 16. This is the
16.
longest one of
We're on-
all these,
yeah.
right? We gotta say that.
What I don't
Longest running so
like
far.
about this
first
issue,
one.
and I think you will agree with me on this, is there's not a lot of Spider-Manning.
Well,
you know,
we never
recently-
get any Spider-Maning, but it's just
we get some.
he's
We
not
get
in the
enough.
neighborhood, bro.
it's just
not
lore,
in the
man. It's
neighborhood.
just
I know.
lore.
And
Fucking
it's
desert
like
right
it's
now.
hard. It's
It
hard
is
to even
weird.
say that's a bad thing because like fuck, everything we're getting is so good and so worth
But
it.
and then his kids, like his family, the dynamic that they all have.
get
I
two
love
Spider-Men.
It. We get 2 Spider-Man. His son,
One a
his
kid,
son,
one an
he's
adult.
Venom.
Like
His son
that's
is
literally
Venom.
what we're asking
It's so
for.
good.
And he's rizzing Black Cat.
The bits
Yes,
that we
it's-
get,
it's in.
The
It's
bits
in.
Yeah.
where he is Spider-Man are really great. I agree. There's not quite enough of them, but we do get a lot of that
Yeah.
in general. So I think it's okay. But I would like a bit more. I think,
We only
I
get
agree
2
with that.
true Spider-Man issues.
Not
The
a lot.
Mr. Negative one and the Bullseye one.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones where they fight actually as Spider-Man. And
Yeah.
And no,
The Sandman
I like
one.
the
but
Sandman
Sandman
one.
one, he
pretty
just gets
cool.
beat up and then Richard does.
But he swings
but it's
around.
still it's
and
just a mission.
Yeah,
It's,
you wanted
know.
Spider-Man, you got Spider-Man.
all right,
some
that's
Spider-Man.
fair. That's fair.
And I will say, and I feel like I feel like when they do have their Spider-Man moments, like it's good, like it's good Spider-Man moments. Like
Yeah.
I feel not complete, but like I feel satisfied when I
Yeah.
do get the Spider-Man moment.
For having less Spider-Man, it feels the most Spider-Man that Spider-Man has ever Spider-Man.
This one is in the same boat as
That's fucking heat,
That's crazy.
Gavin.
Spitting over here. Dr. Seuss.
this one is the same boat as Flash. Like they need the previously developed lore to make this cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And we all gave
And
him
that's
the time.
Hickman's fucking bag. I didn't even. Hickman's my favorite writer. I'm
He's
such
so
a
good.
glazer.
Exactly.
He's so
you remember
good.
what this would be? Like what?
So,
I don't know. I
are
was
you
just
guys-
yapping. I was just yapping.
Try to be
To
different.
barely distract, are you guys interested in Imperial then? Because Hickman's doing a cosmic, what he calls a ultimate cosmic run.
Is that
Have you seen that?
Marvel?
What is that?
Yeah, I just saw like an ad for it in the last issue I read.
I'm not
It's
even
called
heard of this.
Imperial,
I've
and
never heard of
Hickman's
it.
doing it. And what he says is he wants to do to the space and cosmic part of the Marvel universe what he's done with Ultimate. So I'm very interested. I'm very curious, and it's a
Alright.
4-parter. So it's like
That's cool.
Oh, it's only 4 issues?
to introduce the world, and I think so far that's all they've given him. But it's Hickman, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like
He'll get more.
I'm pretty curious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
so I'm
definitely.
now I'm
yeah.
more curious.
We'll
What's it
check
called
that out.
again?
Yeah, I think it's Imperials or
Imperials?
Imperial, and I think it's coming out either. I think it's June or something. So we'll have to check out that when it comes out. Anyway, back to Spider-Man.
I'm so excited to see where things go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc Ock.
just-
We have
it
the
keeps building.
Picotech
Everyone
suit.
is set up well.
We have
Yes.
the whole Mysterio thing just happened.
Amazing.
Ben and Jonah.
Man, I love that scene in like the first or second
The
issue when
kids.
he's changing the suit costume.
Yeah.
And oh man, I mean, it's just
and
there's
him
Figuring
just,
it out.
just getting
good-
the advice from his daughter on what
Yeah.
he should do for
Yeah.
his suit is so Spider-Man.
She's kind of
Yeah.
disappeared though. She's
Yeah, she's not been
yeah,
as
no,
much.
true.
Yeah.
But because I feel like with that, and they're trying
There's
to
a lot of
they're trying to
players.
focus on Richard because
Yeah.
well, he's older and he's got the Pico,
Pico.
the Pico suit. I'm gonna just
It's
call
also
it the
fucking Venom.
It's
Let's
Venom,
be for
yeah.
real. Let's
The-
it's
the
Venom.
Pico suit in
Like,
this. They're definitely. I think they're definitely setting it up to be obviously the Venom of the Ultimate Universe. I don't know how they're gonna do it
Right,
because
same.
right now the Pico suit is just an AI version of Peter, but
Yeah.
he has the same memory, same personality. So it's literally just Peter in
And it
the
was
suit
hand delivered by Robo
by Mr.
Tony.
Mr.
Or
Robo
Lad, I
Robo
guess.
Stark Iron Lad.
Yeah.
I think the best part about this whole series is Green Goblin's like arc.
It's
like
very
he,
interesting
I
he's,
so far.
like it.
he's a fucking good guy, man. He's a good
Is
guy.
he though?
But he's
Is he
dark
gonna
and
be
he's
a
dark.
good guy?
and he wants the world to change
got
like
rage.
drastically. Like he
And
is
he put his father in the suit. Like,
Yeah.
what an
decision.
idiot.
terrible decision.
Yeah.
But it's just like we get to see Green Goblin be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
For
like
sure.
shit, man.
It's very
Iron
interesting.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Iron
Ben
Goblin.
and
Yeah,
Jonah.
he kind of is just Iron Goblin.
Ben-
but
Ben and
and
Jonah,
Jonah.
the whole Ben Riley thing. We saw Daredevil in the very beginning.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, we
yeah,
didn't see
that's-
Daredevil,
well,
but we
we
saw
saw Matt
need
Murdock.
Ultimate Daredevil, please,
I don't
Marvel,
even remember
please.
when does he
You
show
really
up?
want?
It's just in the beginning.
In the first
He's
issue.
doing for the
He's doing
for
a
the,
sermon.
Yes. The
Oh right,
memorial
right.
of the
I do
terrorist
remember him
attack.
speaking then. Yeah, I do remember that now.
He just, the only way you're gonna know is just because he's got the red
Yeah.
sunglasses.
No, I
And
do
then
remember
I
that
think
now.
they say his name. Too.
Yeah,
'Cause
that whole
Catholic.
tower
Right, yeah.
breaking down. We got the recent free issue with Miles maybe coming in. Well, I mean, he definitely is coming
Wow.
in. So definitely lots of
Can't
stuff
wait
going
for
on
that.
with the Spider-Man verse.
It'll be fun.
This is the first book of the Ultimate Universe, which I think is crazy.
And it feels very central.
I mean,
which
it was
again, like
the same-
Hickman
the
set
same
up
with
all
the-
this,
with
and
the
this is his
V1
season.
This is the
Ultimate.
series that got me and Aaron collecting. Like
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
it's just iconic, man.
This
Like,
is the only one out of the Ultimate stuff that I've been. I guess other than Wolverine, it's like I've been following this the whole way through. Lots of other ones I started picking up later when Wolverine came out. I started picking up everything then, and it's like Spider-Man's been nonstop. I haven't missed an issue the whole time. It's like
Dude, it has to be an S. Personally, it has to be an S.
No.
For me, personally.
this guy was saying B
because like I
earlier.
said,
no,
like I said,
I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't be the Spider-Man Glazer if I didn't put it in S. Like
No, it's an A.
S for Spider-Man.
It's an A.
it's just S for.
I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Spider-Man.
I
As for
fucking
Superman.
love this series, but do
an
I
A.
love it more than the Ultimates? Do I love it more than Absolute Martian Manhunter?
The only
almost
problem
gotta
is
put Martian
pacing.
Manhunter in its. Oh, okay, wait. Hear me out, guys. And unfortunately, this I think concedes our thing. It's called Absolutely Ultimates. We've got one Absolute. We got no Ultimates, and we only have one Ultimate left to go.
Yeah.
I'm just saying something has to go out there.
If
Someone
we're gonna
has to
put
go out
something
there.
in Ultimates, let's
It's
put
gotta
the
be.
Ultimates.
It's gotta be. I don't know.
I think
Doom
of the
issue
ultimate. Okay,
alone.
that's going
No,
to.
it's just, dude. I'm sorry. It's just a culture thing. Like
I don't know.
Spider-Man's
No,
gotta go in S, man.
I
He
think
has
Spider-Man-
Hickman on it.
I think Spider-Man can take the place of Ultimates, and I think we should move Ultimates to.
No.
Damn.
Well,
do we think,
okay.
fellas?
Realistically, I don't
No,
think we
I
should put
can't.
Ultimates
I
up
can't.
there. But if
You
we're
know I
going,
won't budge on this.
if we're, I know you won't budge on it. That doesn't
Okay,
matter,
okay.
though.
How much?
I
We're
can't separate.
collective
I
right
can't
now.
separate my emotions from
Look,
this. Like
you- You denied me my Batman, so I'm gonna deny your Spider-Man.
Okay. Let's think about this. If we're thinking
I think
about
Ultimate should stay in A.
If we're
I don't
g-
think it should be in S.
If we're going back to the idea of what is the Absolute and Ultimate Universe doing, if this was the current line of Spider-Man, it would be like one of the best current lines of Spider-Man, but it wouldn't be like, wow, this feels like a different universe.
It wouldn't be top.
You know?
Different, yeah.
Well, I just don't
Well,
think
even that.
it. I think
Yeah.
the
How can you even say that when he's fucking married with?
yeah.
That's
okay,
literally
right.
what
And
makes
with a
it
kid
different.
that's Venom, like
yeah, but it's believable more than I think. Like,
Uncle Ben's
and again, it's
alive.
like that's just
Like,
me
yeah,
thinking
that's-
about.
Ben's
Uncle Ben's alive.
Yeah, that's
It's-
true. It's true.
That is a pretty
But
big.
is it more? I don't know.
And Harry's
will say
Green
that
Goblin, but his
the
best friend.
scale of the Ultimates
But
and
they're
what it
not really
ultimately
best friends
means
either.
for the whole story and how they're able to balance so many core characters, not only individually within their own single issues, but as a team, is kind of fucking remarkable. I cannot lie.
But
Wait. Okay.
But they're not. But they don't.
But imagine if you had a
give everyone
Spider-Man
the same
series where
focus.
Yeah,
every
they're
single
only,
character
what,
matters.
12 issues in?
Every single character.
Okay. So
they all matter?
Spider-Man has
Spider-Man's S tier.
16
I
and
don't
we're just
care.
getting
Spider-Man's
into
S tier, dude.
No, it's A.
I'm
the
about-
progression of the story, the way that every
Ultimate
single
does that
character is
better.
a banger.
Character matters.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
That's
that is
crazy.
crazy, but it's not. I think.
So
I don't think.
But
it
also,
should
you
be
have to think.
S.
You have to think. Like I was talking about with Superman, Spider-Man
Okay.
is an icon, right?
Yes,
Not
right.
as much. Well, actually, maybe even arguably as much as Superman is.
I
He
would
just
agree.
came
I
20
mean,
years later.
For
Easily
Marvel,
better,
for
easily
sure.
better.
And
yeah.
so think about how much weight every single one of these characters
Right.
has.
dude,
He's just saying I'm jerking off Spider-Man.
you are. No,
shit,
you
I'm
guys
jerking
are.
off
You
Spider-Man.
fucking
It's fucking Spider-Man.
Look at these goons.
Here, guys, let's
they're glazing more than
compromise.
Dunkin'
Let's
Donuts,
compromise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it an A, but it's better than
Wait,
everything
Put
else.
in S, put in S, put
okay,
in S, put
you're-
in S.
No,
Yeah,
don't
Only
put it in
S tier be an
S. It does
absolute
not
Mark
deserve
Manhunter.
it.
That's two
Okay.
issues in.
so let's come out of the lens.
But these two issues have been better
No,
than
but
all of
you
Spider-Man.
can't say 16
Whoa.
issues of Spider-Man is better than
I
two issues of
can.
Mark
I
Manhunter.
can because
Okay.
I think so.
2 issues of Martian Manhunter being better than the entire
So-
Spider-Man run?
Yeah,
I-
what? 16 issues in,
Personally,
bro.
I think. Well, imagine when Martian Manhunter gets to 16.
No, but it won't. It only goes to 12.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Imagine
But-
when is crazy.
But imagine these 12 issues, this constant fucking banger, and then compare that to Spider-Man.
Okay,
Let's be real here.
I
No,
know
but
where
let's be
I'm
real
at
here.
now.
Let's be real here,
Let's be
though.
real here.
I've come to
when
a-
Martian Manhunter gets to 12,
Right?
where will we be at for Spider-Man?
I'm sure it's gonna be crazy. I'm sure it's gonna be crazy.
War.
That's so cool.
gonna be so-
That's
we're
so
gonna be
cool
so
that it has
far in, it's
more
gonna be cooking
issues.
so
But who
hard.
cares that it has more issues? If one is better than the other.
This podcast would not be happening if it weren't for
Okay,
Ultimate Spider-Man.
so I want to go off.
That is true.
Let me speak.
That's
here for a
not gonna
second.
make me put
All
it in S.
So
kill yourself.
Maybe I will.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man by
I
Jonathan
love
Hickman.
Spider-Man. He is my favorite Marvel character, but this one does not deserve
original
it.
take. Spider-Man's your favorite Marvel character.
Yeah, he is because I
There can
watched
only
the
be
Sam
one
Raimi
original.
movies
Okay,
first. All right.
because I love him. But
Guys, it is 1 a.m. So
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep our other roommates in mind, poor favor.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Right.
hear me out.
Sorry, guys.
fucking
I've
pod.
come to an
Spider-Man.
epitome with this, and I think what it is you know, if you're looking at a comic book series that gets you in the shop monthly, and that just every issue has an ongoing series of comics, this is not made for the trade. As you were saying, the first 6 issues, that's not an arc. It's all foundation, and you let it happen because it's Spider-Man, and it's good foundation, of course. But I think if you're looking at the epitome of like, out of all the series that are on the shelf right now, that like each issue is like why you collect comics issue by issue, this is the one on the list, really. I think that's what it is.
No, for real.
I think out of all of them, I would be like, in the future, I would be like, damn, I wasn't there for when this was coming
Okay.
out.
Right.
But I would not, with the other ones, I'd be like, I read the trade, it feels like a cohesive full story, which
Yeah.
this one will probably crash and burn. Even though Hickman's awesome, it probably will. Reading it weekly or monthly as we are now, it's like, this is how I want comics to feel. It's like, it's exciting every time. It feels good. It's different. It's exciting. I think in the grand scheme of storytelling, it's not absolutely revolutionizing things in a way that we've
But
never
it is.
seen.
I think it has a lot of
But it is.
has a lot of
But
cool
it
concepts
is.
for sure.
But comics have never, to me, felt better than reading this one.
And
Yeah,
I
that's how I
think
feel. So I think I'm good now with putting it.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. Also, he put it at the bottom. What a bitch.
Well, Black Panther's
That's
at the
crazy.
top.
Yeah,
right now.
keep that there.
What's going on?
Keep that there.
Okay,
Did
okay,
you,
I think-
did you
I
put
think-
the incursion up there? You put Black Panther up there.
The hypothetical miles.
That's kinda
issue.
crazy.
So I think. Okay. So I think.
Manhunter
But
F makes
hey,
me wanna
you see,
hurt
you see where
someone.
Martian Manhunter's still?
Yeah, I wanna
it's still
hurt
above
somebody.
Spider-Man.
Okay. So I think
Oh God, wait, where do we put it on the top?
you
now?
guys
How
were
about that?
saying Ultimates is like very tied to the universe and it feels the most important in the universe. I agree, but I think Ultimates is too tied to this point in time, to this current, like it is the Ultimate Universe. It's happening right now. The Ultimate Universe as an event in history is not over yet. I think once it's done and it gets rolled into the main line or whatever, however they settle all of this, this Spider-Man series will always be something that is like so it's standalone, but also it's so influential to this like universe as an event. I think it does both. You know what I mean? I don't think Ultimates can stand on its own without the context, as well as this Spider-Man story is just banger Spider-Man.
That's true. That's true.
To back you up here, I think that that was kind of what I was trying to say with this Spider-Man. It is very different, but if I was to, I would not recommend anyone that doesn't read comics or is just getting into comics, any of these series except Spider-Man. I'd be totally happy being like, you can just jump in on that. The rest of these, it's like, these characters are quite a bit different. That it's like, if you want to read Avengers stuff, I'm not giving you Ultimates first. You know,
Right.
you want
That's
to read
why
Wolverine, X-Men, Superman, Batman. I'm not giving you these first. If you want to read Spider-Man, this is my #1 rec right now.
Well, that's why it's good because you always want every comic book series to like hold its own,
Right.
And like be without connected because you don't want to you don't want to read Ultimates and be like, well, let me read Ultimate Invasion and see what happened. Like
And then you also
Spider-Man
have the free
holds
comics.
its own. The old Ultimate Spider-Man did the same thing. You don't have to read the rest of the Ultimate shit back in the day. You just read Ultimate Spider-Man.
It's
That's
gotta
true.
be S
But
tier.
you know, the original Ultimate Spider-Man sucked as well.
Yeah, it's facts.
But,
It's gotta
okay,
be S tier.
Look,
Y'all losing me.
I
Y'all
just
losing
think-
me.
I
Y'all
think
losing
it should
me.
just be top A. I think it should be top A. I just don't think
I don't
it's
know if I
S
can do that.
I think
material.
it's
Why don't, you give, why don't you give me top A?
That's fine.
Anyways,
I will.
S
Let's
tier,
go. Right
lock
fucking
it.
now, man.
Top S tier.
What about
You want
Flash?
top
Let's
S?
just talk about
Oh,
Flash
really?
already.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
it's an
yeah,
S
let's
tier.
talk about
It's
Flash
just too hard
now.
to move it.
I
Let's just
can't
talk.
do top of S. I can't do that for you.
Take your fucking win, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do that for you.
Yeah, no.
We'll leave it in S,
It's
but
S.
it won't
It's
be
S.
top
It's
top
an
top
S
S.
tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've made your case. Okay, S for Spider-Man.
The
Let's
Flash.
move on.
The Flash.
The
Go send your
Flash.
news to Hickman. Go suck
Okay.
him off already.
This.
When he comes to Fan Fusion, this guy's gonna be there.
Yeah, you better be down on your
Dude,
knees.
he's gonna be
the
salivating.
whole way going there.
Someone else start for Flash because I don't even really know where to begin.
Well,
Come on.
Ryan,
okay.
yeah, Ryan likes this one a lot.
This, I'm sorry, but they're right next to each other. Flash is my favorite DC character, and this one is just like takes the Flash lore and just makes it into something that's like schizophrenic teen version of Spider-Man, basically. Like that's what he is for this absolute universe. He is the teen Connect.
Dude, I figured it out. Green heroes, red heroes. How about that? I'm in. I see the light.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
What?
Wait a minute.
I see the light.
We got a red tornado
You guys have
fan over
wrong-
here.
The wrong mic colors.
Well, he's got green.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got
Maybe
problems
Jonas is
here.
the blue guy. You like Blue Beetle?
Nah, he's not reading Sonic.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the Sonic guy.
I'm reading Transformers, like Soundwave.
Yeah, Optimus
Optimus
Prime's
Prime.
blue and red,
Optimus
I
Prime's got
guess.
blue. Soundwave's got
I
blue.
don't know, man.
Soundwave's my favorite character.
I'll have to learn more about you before we know the
But
color.
you know who's
We'll
red
find out.
is,
We'll find
is
out.
I don't know
Flash
my
is
color
red.
yet.
Flash is
Flash is red.
So is Spider-Man.
I like
Wally is.
Flash. I just don't
Wally's
really
not
have any
red.
super strong
I
opinions
think
on
I'm
it.
with you.
2 issues in.
I think
The
it was,
art
I
is
think it's the
good.
same as Green Lantern, where it's just
I agree
you know
with that.
it sets up a good
Yes,
mystery,
yes.
and
Yeah.
but
But-
it needs more.
I trust Jeff Lemire.
This is crazy, but I think the first 2 issues of Green Lantern are better than the Flash one.
No, I agree.
But like,
I'm just saying
I
it
love
falls
Flash
in
though.
the,
I love
it
Flash
just,
though.
It falls in the
I mean, I
same
agree.
category
Yeah.
I think it just falls in the same category as where they both just need more. They just
Yeah.
need more context for us to really
I
give
like seeing
a
the
solid
rogues.
opinion on it.
The rogues are such an important part to Flash. And,
They're so
yeah,
fun.
I like
I do
them
like the
introducing
new
them.
rogues.
is so.
Captain Cold
He's
got
just-
so
he's
much
hot.
Omni-Man.
He's just
Pants
hot,
with
man.
pants,
He looks like
Omni-Man
Omni-Man. That is
mustache.
crazy.
The stash, the little white
glorious.
streak in the hair.
Yeah.
He's just hot.
But I think seeing the
You do like blue guys.
I do. Okay, you know what? Maybe I am blue.
That's crazy.
I think maybe he likes mustaches, which isn't a color. Who knows?
Stash.
Okay, so
Stash.
I think I love how
Absolute
when he's
stash.
running around, you get a completely different feel for what the time is. It's very much time over the movement of the speed.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
when
it's
he's like
all
freaking
about
out
time.
and he's like
And
time
he's
traveling.
at all these different times at different points, which Flash does all the time, except this one it feels like this scatterbrain thing. It's like you feel a lot more for the kind of hell that he's in.
Right.
It's like when they're doing it in Crisis and they're doing it in some of the other ones where Flash is tearing apart and everything's tearing apart. It's like, it's cool, but I've never felt that in the comics until now. It's like, however they're
Right.
doing that, it's a lot to try to take in, and I don't feel like I have a good foundation of what's going on yet.
Me neither.
But just how they're showing that and the emotion of that speed on him is it's a lot more
yeah.
impactful.
Okay,
as
but
well.
Something just clicked with me, and this is going to be a really quick just observation.
Yeah.
Speed is a measurement of distance over time, and normally they talk about
The
the distance,
distance.
but this is totally about the time.
Oh, true. Yeah.
It's about the denominator of time. You know what I mean?
Him being like, I'm here, I'm in that cave, I'm back at the lab. It's like
Dr.
stuff like
Manhattan.
that's just like
It's Dr.
very cool.
Manhattan shit.
so
and
It
it's
is Dr.
Manhattan.
Manhattan shit. And it's just like that makes so much sense for Flash. And it's such a great spot. to
Also,
put him
this
in.
is literally the best art for Flash. Like
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
is
it looks-
crazy.
it looks
it
really
looks
good.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's Wally. I mean, that's a bold move.
It's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of the absolute runs are kind of very
Back to core.
Silver Age focused,
Yep.
and
No sidekicks even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
this is
Okay,
Yeah.
we're only 2 issues in, but can we talk about how
Oh,
Barry
Dorothy
is probably
Dickles.
going to be Reverse Flash? Like
I see it
definitely,
happening,
right?
right?
Bear, yeah, no.
It's pretty like an easy layup if
Yeah.
they do that.
Well, so what do you mean by Reverse Flash?
Because he's
Eobard Thone,
because the same explosion
Barry
like,
Allen,
suffers through them.
Baryon Allen.
Eobar.
So, but like, what
Eobari-
characteristics of Reverse Flash do you think he'll take on? What does that mean?
I just
being
I don't
the
know.
Flash,
They'll-
but the reverse.
Flash, but
Being the Flash, but evil.
Yellow Wally West.
I've been sir will not
CW
like this,
CW
but-
Flash Yellow.
Robin sure will judge you.
I don't know.
I just think it's just because of the explosion.
It's gonna be Yellow Flash. That's why.
And he dies, and he just sucked. Into
And then
the
he
Speed Force.
beats Robin Sir.
Okay, so you mean in those just like
in
based
just
on
basic
origin?
terms. Basic
Okay.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
in-
he
I
could-
guess.
The
some-
motivations will not be
Well,
the same.
if he's,
That's-
if,
I
he-
just- yeah,
if he's trapped in the Speed Force right now, then maybe he does go crazy, and maybe he starts to put the blame on Wally.
Wally
for putting him in
internalizes
there.
it. That's what I was gonna
Right.
say. Wally's internalizing. He says, "I killed Barry." Maybe
So
he's
maybe-
like, "Wally, you fucking killed
Yeah,
me."
maybe he starts believing it too, and that starts to just drive him crazy, and then he doesn't even remember why.
I will
he's
say
even
they
hating
can't
Wally.
really do this unless they do a crazy time travel thing where Reverse Flash goes back in time and does something integral to
Right.
where we are now. Because
Well,
that is basically Reverse Flash.
That's true.
lore.
And then,
It's the
well, the
Speed
whole and the whole
Force.
thing right now, especially with Flash, is that it's like it's called Two Worlds, right, or whatever.
of two
Yeah,
worlds.
of two worlds.
So
yeah.
there's
I love
obviously
that.
like
Okay.
Oh, so
there's
it's gonna
obviously
start
two,
being between-
two different things.
Well, there's
yeah.
two timelines.
Two
We see
timelines.
that.
So maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe Barry does somehow change something, and that puts him on.
Or
the
he's
path.
just
Guys,
from the other
or
side.
he's from
At the end of issue 2, they show Grodd, and he's like a chimpanzee.
Oh, yeah, I
In
love
in the
that.
free comic book day issue, he's riding on Flash's shoulder like a little sidekick.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
hyped for
I-
that.
I-
I'm
Ooh,
No,
excited.
that's
sidekick,
fire.
first sidekick
So-
revealed.
So between the two
Next,
worlds,
next, Doiby Dickles.
between the two worlds
Doiby.
is probably gonna
Absolute
be.
Doiby.
Absolute Doiby.
This is gonna be the
You
connection.
guys have no idea what we're fucking talking
No,
about.
you're gibberish most of the time.
You don't know about
We can't go on this. We can't go on this right now.
the
I'm stopping
soybis
this
that
right
don't
here.
make you noivus.
you guys don't know about Doiby.
Doiby.
Doiby
Doom,
Dickles.
doom, doom.
And his trusty
That's what I'm
pipe
hearing.
wrench.
And his pipe wrench, and he marries the space baddie.
We
So
can't. We
this
can't.
is going to be the connection between All In and Absolute.
Doiby.
It has to be, right?
Okay, this one also has
Mirror
Mirror
Master,
Master.
Flash between two worlds.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
no, yeah.
So I think him glitching between those two spaces will be very interesting.
That's Doiby.
You guys know
means nothing to me.
You guys know Alan Scott's sidekick Doiby.
Who is Alan Scott?
the
original, the Golden Age
Oh,
Green
okay,
Lantern,
okay.
the Star Heart, and the a weakness to wood.
Interesting.
And the red.
Right,
Dude.
wood.
He had red in his suit.
Yeah.
That's not yellow.
His
It's
name
not
was
Okay.
wood.
Lantern.
I'm
He's got a green cape.
I was like, what's your point?
I think it's hard because there's only 2 issues. Out of the current space we're in, I'm putting it mid behind.
I'd probably put it.
Bottom B.
I put it bottom B. Yeah.
MB.
I
I'm
can accept
really
that,
loving
yeah.
the ambition that this has, and the characterization of Wally is not only really tragic, considering that I'm a soft.
Wait, but how did we all agree that it's
because it's better than Green Lantern.
We're pausing.
But it's not mid. Like it
How did we-
genuinely just hooked me.
how did we all agree that Green Lantern is better and then now it's above Green Lantern?
That's what I was saying.
Wait, what? It's not better than Green Lantern.
Wait, it is.
We'll look at the tier list.
Well, okay, for me, it's just because of the art.
The Flash has much better art than Green
Like
Lantern.
art is definitely in contention when it comes to.
Yeah, okay.
I think Flash
Valid.
is giving us more to chew on right
Yeah,
now.
that's true. Okay,
but
yeah.
only.
It's also the connector. It has
Yeah.
Mirror Master.
No, yeah.
Like it didn't
honestly-
disappoint me. I don't think it's mid.
I think I feel slightly more satisfied after the second issue of Flash than I do after the second issue of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
Green
that's
Lantern
valid,
is still
that's
getting into it, and Flash is slightly further. But
Also-
only, like,
Valid.
next issue could completely fuck
Yeah.
him up.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in the panel where like there have the evil Wally and then the good Wally of 2 worlds, the good Wally only has like square streaks, and then the bad Wally has like lightning streaks.
It's like more chaotic, yeah.
and then right now in the present day, he has lightning and square.
Uh-huh.
And when he freaks out, it's only lightning.
Right, it depends
So
on
it's
his
just,
mood, yeah.
It's definitely like a crazy artistic choice. And-
Crash Out versus Locked In. Like
Yeah, exactly. literally squared.
Okay, I was gonna say, I know we like really contradicted ourselves with this placement, but this does feel more. This feels right.
We've come to this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
On to the last.
here
Slender
we are
Woman.
at the end of the list. Absolute Wonder Woman.
Peak.
All of this
Wonder
is
Woman's so
awesome.
good.
It's
so
good stuff.
fucking badass. Dude.
It's so
Dude.
mythological.
She's hot. She's got
she is hot.
magic.
She's
What
so
if
hot.
Wonder Woman was also Percy Jackson? Like,
It
like-
really,
like-
which she always has been. But,
yeah,
But what-
exactly,
But what if
exactly.
she was a witch?
Yeah.
What
True.
if Wonder Woman
And she
was
had
a
magic
witch?
and-
she
she's
was
just, it's just
fucking-
cool.
She was
And
Guts Berserk also.
She's got berserk.
Literally.
She's got a huge sword that she turns really fucking big.
Yeah.
She's got just
Three
a bag of
different
holding-
lassos.
3 different lassos, and we only
She's a
know what
big
one of them
lady.
does.
Yep.
Raised
we still
in
have yet
Hell.
to-
Raised in Hell.
Raised in Hell by Cersei.
Oh, Cersei's so dope.
And then they show
She'll
in the
just
beginning.
casually cut her arm off to help out a fella.
She's
In the-
literally-
She's so
She's missing
perfect.
an arm.
She's so perfect
And
and,
I love-
like
they keep
so thoughtful
like
and,
you're saying,
and
Gavin,
wise.
They
and,
keep
and,
the Wonder Woman compassion. That's such
Yes.
a
She
huge part of her character.
yeah. She,
But there is,
yes,
there's
yeah.
also, I feel like there is a deep rage in her, but we haven't seen almost any of that.
Yeah.
I feel it, but we don't see it much.
She
No.
just knows
We
how
haven't
to
seen her
use it,
suffer
You know?
But I think
enough
the
yet.
rage is like
She cut her
connected.
arm off.
No, but like actually like prime right now, like we haven't seen her like actually lose a fight.
Yeah.
Well,
them,
yeah.
them not being able to say the word
Amazon.
Amazon,
Yeah. It's
that
all
was
just,
really
like, cut
interesting.
out. The paneling.
The paneling's awesome.
Paneling's
the
amazing.
Paneling is so
Like,
following
the
of
motion,
time is
yeah.
awesome.
Boom, boom, boom.
And all of them like it like moves with the object that it's following, and you can just it's.
Yo, I love the Lil
Big ass
Diana,
sword.
the backup issues, or the backup stories. Lil
yeah,
Diana.
the little
I
Diana.
yeah.
love-
Those
I
are
Those
fun.
are fire.
Those are fun.
The Cthulhian beasts she fights are
like
interesting.
I don't even remember.
How she's unwilling to put up with any bullshit from the government is awesome.
Yup,
This is the
yup.
biggest game changer, I feel like.
Or the Pantheon.
She's
yeah,
the
she does
biggest
not fuck
woman.
around. She told Hades to fuck
I
off
like
right in his
that.
face.
She's a big woman.
She's
And
big woman, the nose.
I think
The
Yeah.
nose.
If
It's-
there was-
I don't know.
I like the magic.
Does
It's just
things.
cool.
you could call her something else, put it into a TV series, and this would like people would be like, "This is the best anime in a decade." I
would
feel
be
like
bad.
it's
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
It
it's
did not
got
have Wonder Woman attached to it at all.
for being a comic, it's got the scale and the feeling of a action-packed dynamic show.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
If it was an anime, it'd be called My Stepmom Raised Me to Hunt Demons.
my stepmom raised me in hell.
To hunt
However
demons.
many
To
words they
Hunt
can put
demons,
now.
but
That's
but I only become friends with all of them.
yeah.
She did not become friends with that.
No, well, I only
Not
become
that
friends with
guy.
certain ones.
Her Pegasus,
Pegasus,
was awesome.
dude.
The huge sword was sick.
Prometheus.
Yeah, I was
the-
about to
that
say
whole
the,
thing.
the whole
Prometheus
in the whole
issue was
mini
really
arc
good.
that they did for what 6 and 7, or
It was
6 and 7.
Yes.
I thought
Um,
it was
No, because
Oh,
they
it
all
was
ended at 5,
So
except for Batman.
They
which
did a
just
little
kept
mini
going,
arc
'cause
for
that's what
6
he
and
does.
7 where she gets transported back to the underworld by Hades because she wasn't supposed to be in the mortal world to begin
Yeah.
with, and she has a whole like Colosseum fight. But right before the Colosseum fight, there's just this little
You should
she's
go
a
back to the
kid.
tier list.
When she's a kid, she goes to visit Prometheus for whatever reason. I think Cersei sent her on like a fetch quest, right? to go and get something from there.
Yeah.
But
His
it's
blood.
just I don't even remember the conversation. Yeah, his blood. But they just had such a real heartfelt conversation, and I just love while being this towering titan, you can just still feel that he has, some humanity, and he just feels like a person while still obviously being a god.
Like the fact that she apologizes for freeing him because it can't be permanent,
Right.
And the fact that he thanks her and she's like, well, it's not unselfish. Like I did come here
for a
my own
reason.
gain.
It
And
was
he's
for
like,
this.
honestly, like
It's whatever.
you're chilling, dude.
Yeah, like you're being honest with me.
Honestly, whatever you
You
need.
freed me. Like, yeah, you can have this and a little more.
And a Pegasus.
And here's a fucking dead horse.
They threw her in a pit and there was no light there and she became the light. It's like she glows so much in this world. I think that there's some of the characters that really shine in the absolute space, and I think like
she
she's
has
one
more
of the
aura
top
than
ranks.
Batman, low-key.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
she shows up and she's
She-
just like, boom.
She just
She
fucks shit up.
feels like the perfect champion of the absolute world. It's like
She's going to lead the Justice
yes,
League.
if you want
I
somebody
mean,
to save you from
For
all
sure.
this, it's like she's been given the least chance out of almost all of them. Superman's, I mean, pretty fucked.
Yeah.
They're really all fucked.
They're all
But she literally, they threw her in hell without a lock and key, and she can't even say where she came
She
from.
came back from hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she still is the
absolutely
most prominent one.
the
Twice.
Twice, yeah.
This time for good.
the least corrupted out of all these characters. She's the most like, yeah, everything's absolutely fucked. I guess I'll make it better. It's like the rest of these guys are like, they're trying it, but they're still a little
But they're
bit.
still
I feel like
doubtful.
it's like they're dealing with darkness.
Most of them are fucking fucked up in the head.
Yeah,
And
she
she's
just
the
yeah.
first
She's
sort of,
the
like,
most
public hero.
well-adjusted to the most
Right.
horrible world.
Yeah,
really.
because she fucking was literally grown up in
Because she
hell.
rocks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
She knows all this shit.
She-
and
she
seeing
knows
it in
what's
the
up,
mortal
man.
world,
Just
she just
like-
knows what to
Man.
do.
The fact that Cersei was gonna let her die, but like just like couldn't because
Yeah.
Diana is just so
She's a little-
Diana.
She's just
Little
so
goober.
perfect.
Yeah,
dude.
I think this
she's
is-
the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So she and again I've said it about Superman, I said it about Spider-Man, but like Wonder Woman is a symbol as well as the biggest female character in a totally male-dominated medium.
Yeah.
Whether it comes to characters or fan base or creator, like she is a symbol. And her doing it so well in this series. I mean, and Kelly Thompson doing it so well in this series.
real.
I mean,
Great
The writing is good.
Jesus, man, like it's just fucking awesome. Put
This-
it in F tier.
Yeah.
I think it's it's easily high A tier. I feel
I
like.
think
No,
it's
it's
top
S.
A.
I think it's S.
I think it's S.
Yeah.
S?
It has just been an uphill climb. There's nothing in this series that has brought me down
And you know what?
or
I know you guys
given
are
me an
gonna-
idea
you
that
guys
this
are
is
gonna
going to go
disagree,
south.
But I think it's better than Spider-Man.
Man,
That's
so
tough.
I think it's better than Spider-Man.
I would lean towards
I think
top A just because I only want one absolute and one ultimate in the top. But also, this one is absolutely amazing. So
I
it's-
think
it
it's
is
top
tough.
A. I think it's top A.
I think top A is comfortable with
Kind
me.
of how you said that you wouldn't recommend any of these books other than Spider-Man. I
Oh,
would
but this
recommend
one-
anyone
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
I think I could be there too.
That's the thing.
I could be
You
there
don't have
too.
to give a fuck about comics.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you
Especially with the
kinda-
popularity of Greek and mythos and stuff
Yeah.
right now.
that's
Yeah.
why I really fuck with it.
Yeah.
You kind of have
I
to
love
care
the
about
Greek
comics
mythology.
to enjoy Ultimate Spider-Man because it is
Yeah.
very about those characters.
Yeah.
But this
This
is
is
like
not.
this is just awesome.
This
is
one,
completely
this one
different.
also doesn't like. Let's slowly build this up. It's like right into the thick
I mean,
of
they,
it.
they just
She
send
does
her to
grow up,
fight
but it's
demons,
like, yeah,
and literally
it's
this mystical demon
fast.
that nobody's ever beaten is her first fight.
and she turns the Tetracide. That's
The
what it's called.
Tetracide,
No,
yes.
for
And
real.
she turns
That-
the city deaf.
that is so
and-
crazy.
Yeah, because
It was cool.
the Tetracide
That
has
is so crazy, man.
Brie
She's
Larson.
just badass.
She
Like,
transforms
for real.
herself
just a
and
badass witch.
Yeah.
Like,
Steve
it's
Trevor.
So cool.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Like,
no.
if
Oh,
we're-
he's
if we're
so
talking
funny.
About how Batman's so cool, this is just
I-
this is way different.
I think the heart that Wonder Woman
I don't
has,
know though. It's still top A for me.
The,
But like,
the heart that Wonder
fair.
Woman has in this series,
fair.
I think, is what makes me have a hard time with Superman in this universe. Is I don't get that light. I get the rage from Superman, which I get that it's a different thing, but it's like this feels like it feels like absolute Wonder Woman to me. I'm not getting the heart and compassion that an absolute Superman in my mind is, which I
Right.
get that the absolute world is not supposed to be the epitome of these characters. It's like a
fuck up,
else
like,
thing,
energy thing.
But I think that Wonder Woman just absolutely shines in these.
Much
series.
like Martian Manhunter, this is coming from a character that I don't know fuck all about.
Right.
Like, I really
Yeah.
don't know anything about Wonder Woman.
I know the most from
honestly.
Super Friends about
For
her.
real.
It's like
You know,
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
man.
what? I'm up there with. I think it's at the top is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
deserves to be there. The only reason
Bottom
I don't
S.
want it is because I want it to be one.
I just
from
want it
us.
Right,
to.
you want it
Yeah.
to
It feels
I
too
get it,
populated.
I get it.
It feels too populated up there. But top
S
of
tier
A,
could-
But
you
it
know,
deserves it.
she absolutely belongs in top
I
A
think
too.
yes.
Either way,
Yeah.
I think
a
if
mystical
anything,
series.
she rides on a very fine line between A and S.
yeah.
I think
Man.
like a few more just issues could either push it just into a solid A point or to
Once
a solid
she's in
S
that,
point.
I'm a labyrinth guy. Once she's in that labyrinth,
Right.
I'm gonna be a happy camper.
Yeah,
So
me too.
Okay.
Kill that fucking cow.
If
Yeah.
we're all
That
looking back
fucking
at the
bull.
tier list, how do we feel?
feeling
I
good.
think-
really.
I honestly feel good about it.
yeah,
It's got
I
the
agree
bell
with it.
curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the normal distribution
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
I will say, I
look,
think
if you put it
Superman's
sideways-
a little up there for me.
You go 90 degrees counterclockwise, flip it around.
Yep.
Husan hiding place right there.
Absolute
Absolute
What?
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
I talked about it earlier. It's
we
right
talking
here.
about?
We just
It's back.
it looped
And
it
we
back
intended
around,
all of
and
that.
this is all planned.
We are the
this is all the
maker.
script.
The maker of absolute
Shenanigans.
Man.
Ultimate George Bush.
absolute 9/11
Absolute okay.
crossover event. Man.
Absolute.
Tale of Two Towers.
Absolute Joe Biden.
That's crazy.
Ultimate Trump.
Oh my god.
Absolute George Bush and Of Two Towers. That's a really good
Of
one.
Two
Yeah,
Towers.
Man.
That's a really
Of Two
good one.
Towers.
Dude.
I'd read that.
That's so foul.
That is foul. I agree with that too. Man. Okay.
No, I like the tier list though.
I think
Definitely-
this works.
It's good.
We've all enjoyed the tier list. We've been itching to talk about absolute and ultimate.
No, for real.
Literally.
Freaking
I've been
it.
itching to talk about
Fiending.
something else.
Fiending, freaking it, busting everywhere on this one.
Talk about Megatron.
I really enjoyed making the tier list. I would be very happy doing other tier lists. This is very of the era to do right now. But if there are other tier lists you want to see us do, let us know. We'll definitely be coming up with some.
Transformers.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
Wait till we're like a couple months from now and we're gonna redo it.
We'll redo
Transformers.
it for sure. Yeah, we'll revisit this one.
Transformers.
And are there more of either series announced yet?
Transformers.
I mean,
Maybe not.
when Incursion is over, we should redo it.
Transformers.
No, for sure. But
How
I
about
mean,
that?
like, there's not. Are there more absolute series or ultimate series that they've?
We
I
don't
don't
know
think
yet.
anything's
We don't know
Okay,
yet.
nothing announced yet. But yeah, definitely need to revisit this.
Transformers.
All of these are worth your time too. You know,
No,
it's
for
like,
real.
It's
Yeah.
like
Just
even-
pick it up.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
why not?
yeah. Just start just one of them, any of them.
Yeah.
is
If
just-
there is a trade of any of these available, it's
which
just
most
They'll
of them,
never not be a good
most,
time.
Most of the ultimates are in trade,
in
one
trade.
at
Yeah.
least.
Pick
Yeah.
a series you like and you'll want to read the rest of them. Trust
Yep.
me.
But if you're just gonna grab, man, if you're just gonna grab a few, it's got to be Martian Manhunter,
Martian Manhunter
Wonder,
and
Wonder
Spider-Man.
Woman if you want less of an investment, Spider-Man if you're ready to read a bit more.
It's only 16 issues.
dude, I really feel
Compared
bad
to
not having
6
Wonder Woman
or
in
7.
It's so good
Man,
because it was the best
Man.
absolute for
Yeah,
for a while.
minute.
for
Yeah,
when they
until
first
Martian
released
Manhunter
it.
man,
pulled up.
above
Well,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
Not above Spider-Man.
Man,
I don't
know.
think it's above
I
Spider-Man.
don't know.
Well, I know I do.
I don't
but
know.
It's
to please,
dude.
nah,
I don't know.
it
Okay.
is. Big sword, hot
Put it
lady,
back.
magic.
We gotta keep it for the
witches,
thumbnail.
Greek.
Man,
I think it's bottom S. Genuinely,
all right.
I would agree
That's the
with that.
same
I
spot
can- I
then.
can-
Like
Let's do it.
it's different.
Hey, I'm
It's
okay
different,
with
yeah.
that. You know, I think you're right. I think that
yeah.
I think she shines through a lot of the others.
Because I would recommend this to anyone.
Yeah, no, I think that's an important point. And it's, you know what?
I think
That's just how
Ultimate
this
X-Men
axe
is way
works.
too high. I'm gonna be real, but
I agree.
that's just
I
me.
think Superman's too high. We all have different opinions.
No, I actually agree with pretty much all of this. I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
think,
I think Superman's
I'm
a
happy
good
with where
spot.
everything's at.
which I think just means I'm right, and you guys just,
Yeah.
just shouldn't disagree
Yeah.
with me.
You know,
Objectively.
Wait till we read all of Ultimate Incursion. It's gonna be fucking E tier, bro.
I don't
Which
think
one?
it's gonna
Oh
be
right, okay, so
amazing.
Which
that's
one?
another
Incursion?
series.
I don't think it's gonna be great.
The
I
Miles
think it's just gonna be like
coming
a
in.
little crossover
I think it's
thing.
gonna be like an
Oh, yeah.
ad.
It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Isn't it? It's a 4-parter.
It's
I think
literally
we'll,
only
I think
4
we'll
issues.
be
Yeah.
like
5.
I thought it was
That's
gonna be 5, one
weird.
for each.
No, it's only 4.
Weird.
5, 1 for each.
It should be 6, dude. What is
We're
with these
saying it's
odd
4.
numbers,
Check
dude?
that shit
I
out,
know I
bro.
don't like it.
This is ridiculous.
6 is a whole arc too.
Dude, watch it be. It's 5, and then at the end to make it like they can say it's a full is
They'll-
to put
they'll
in
put
the
something.
free. No, they'll put the free issue part in there.
and
And
that
they're
will,
like,
that will technically be issue
that's
1.
basically 6 issues for you. Good enough.
Yeah, the incursion actually starts on 2. You got 1 in the free comic book
Yep.
day.
Yeah, you're good. That's a full 6 for your money. $24. Yummy. Man.
Yeah.
Where's
But-
Absolute Beast Boy? Well,
Dude.
you gotta establish Robin first. I just like.
Where the fuck is Absolute Doy
No, you
Dickles?
don't.
Where's Absolute Doiby?
Ultimate Red Guardian.
Nobody cares about Team Drake.
All right.
Absolute Aquaman.
It's well, that one's obviously the next one. I feel like you can't
Really?
just. Well,
Well, what about
Okay.
Fate? Yeah, but we got
Absolute
revealed,
Dr.
like, at least
Fate.
the Fate helmet.
Absolute
Dr.
Zatanna.
Fate. Yeah.
Yeah, Absolute Zatanna would go
I
hard
I
as fuck.
see that more than Aquaman.
Yeah, Zatanna.
well, I just feel like they're
Fate.
missing one, man.
Absolute
There's
Green
a
Lantern.
missing
They
one.
showed him
Absolute
fucking
or
Zatanna's
Absolute Green
not a
Arrow.
Core member of the Justice League.
No, but
Yeah, actually, I just figured out a green character I don't give a fuck about. No, fucking Green Arrow.
Oh,
Damn, we can fight on that
come
one.
on. Green
What
Arrow's
do you
cool,
mean?
bro.
He's pretty fun.
No,
Next
I
time
like
we'll
Green Arrow.
debate what green character is the best. We'll rank
I like
them.
Green Arrow more than Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just
Agreed.
you were just, all right. Well, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
I like a slightly cool character more than a boring character. I agree with that.
I mean, Hawkeye's
Okay,
pretty cool.
have
though.
you Matt Fraction's
yeah,
Hawkeye
Hawkeye
run?
is
That's a
cool.
lot.
Hawkeye
Wow, he
run
has one
is
good
basically
run.
I
that
think
character.
Hawkeye is still a cool character, but I'm just saying that's a debate.
I agree with you.
Which
still.
of the archers is
out of the
better?
characters? Yeah, I mean, one of them launched an arrow across the entire ocean in a zombie apocalypse, and one of them didn't do that.
True.
Is all I'm saying.
True.
Okay, well, this is our tier list. Let us
Look at
know
that.
how we did. Let us know how you would change it.
I keep trying to look at where the camera.
Let us
was.
know
Yeah.
if you are bad at reading.
yeah, I mean, tune in next time for.
I am.
Are you literate?
Put in the comments if you're illiterate.
Tune in next time for Doomsday Clock.
Hopefully not.
Dude, we're gonna rank every issue.
We're gonna rank every issue of the original Ultimate.
You know what? I'll settle on D.
Oh my god! And we're gonna read all the original
We're gonna read it.
Ultimates. We're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, that is gonna be crazy.
Oh God, man.
Our next episode will be Bone.
Bone.
Dude.
we are reading
Boner.
we're doing that
okay,
next.
we need to talk. I feel like we
Bone?
do first volume only. It's like a decent chunk to go through.
There's
You
only
know?
6 issues.
Is it okay? Is maybe
I
it is.
already
think
read.
we
Okay,
can
let me
do-
say.
recommend doing the first 3 volumes because that's the first full arc and it's only 19
Man.
issues.
I-
Read that in literally an hour.
I read the first volume. It's not really a lot. It's really not a lot. I think I haven't read past that.
That's
but
true.
I
They're
think
big panels.
two
I'm
first-
okay with that. So
two
okay, so we're doing first 2 or 3. What are we doing here?
First 3.
Isha's
Okay.
the expert.
Is that 1
Okay.
through 19?
He put it on the wheel.
Okay.
To be fair, he did put it on the wheel, so I guess he should have the say.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
also
okay with
think
that.
we should probably decide on this ahead of time.
Probably.
Next time?
We're-
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
In
Like,
case you're reading along, which you might not be because we're early on. We're reading the first 3, so not the first and last like we talked about. So
That's a
Get
We were
on
never
that.
going to do that. I
get
don't
on
think.
that. It was talked about, is what I'm saying. Yeah. So there we are. Read those. That'll be our next one. Yep.
Yep.
Tune in next time for Doomsday Clock.
That's current
Doomsday
shenanigans
Clock.
Don't
for
listen to him.
y'all.
That's a lie.
Doomsday cock.
What?
Oh, we're gonna tune
What?
in on that.
Absolute Dr. Manhattan.
Okay, that would actually go hard. Absolutely.